Um, it's
Okay, but
okay.
because I've been waiting for
My
years,
stuff
homie.
working.
My baby Samantha pancakes, cakes. I gotta get my A game up.
Why is it not letting me open that? It's not letting me. Oh, there it goes. I'm like, I can't even accept her request. Hey, that gal, Nikki. We love you. I've been watching the trial. Yes. You know what? After we've talked, I've been seeing more about that too.
Hey, Samantha
What's this
pancakes.
Happy Monday,
picture?
Samantha Pancakes. How are you, gorgeous?
Good. Wondering what this picture
Hello?
is.
The picture of Sesame Street.
Oh,
What
you
we all
breaking
grew
up,
up.
girl. You in a bad spot. You in a bad spot.
Oh no.
No, she's not. I can hear her
She don't got
clearly.
a good signal.
Hey, Nikki Bookie. How was you guys this weekend? What you do, Samantha pancakes?
Or is it my...
Girl, I'm chilling. Chilling on the balcony.
Oh, you
Just
doing
waiting
that
for
good, good?
yeah. Yeah, you know.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Good, good.
Waiting for a
Desi-
thunderstorm to roll through.
Really? You on the East Coast too?
Yeah.
Thunderstorm?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, you're training at your new building, that gal, Nikki. I know that's right.
Well, I won't hold you to it. I just like I
So,
never heard. I didn't hear Queen talk and pancakes. I didn't hear all the voices I don't get to hear. Y'all I go be
I'm
unshy.
here.
All of 2027, we gonna start a new trend. If I haven't heard your voice, you gonna start talking in the box. But you don't have to stay in the box.
Yeah, you got me at a good time because my baby's asleep right now.
Oh shit, she
Usually,
said,
she said her baby's sleeping now.
right,
usually I'm, kind of just like listening.
right.
Well, we love
Well,
that you come and participate and hang out, and I'm glad that you got to pop up and we got to hear your voice. I love this. Happy
love.
Monday.
Oh yeah,
So
it's
let's start
Monday.
out with this. It is. Let's start out with this Sacco and Dalton stuff, y'all. Let's start there. Because, like, Monty's mom is angry.
Me
Because
too.
why? Just because these people, made their life. And they're the most private public creators on this app, right? When they had their baby, they didn't show the face of their baby. They share a lot, but they definitely keep a lot to themselves. And he came on this app to tell his followers and millions of people that his mother was diagnosed with cancer and is dying. And folks went and dug up, oh, he had a domestic back in February. And where is Sacco? And oh my gosh, the dog is deceased. And are you serious? Is this really the times we're living in? Are you serious? And you couldn't wait and let them come and tell whatever the fuck is going on, because I'm sure if they are splitting or if whatever's happened, they've created shit on this app, right? If they decide to come and tell, isn't it their business to tell or not tell? The way that the internet ran and has created every narrative about them is just, I'm sickened.
I'm sticking too.
I don't like it. His brother came and made a public statement and said that they are going through a lot, and please pray for them. I'm piggybacking that, like, please pray for them.
Who we talking about?
Sacco and Dalton, they're a couple on this app. They're content creators. You don't know of them?
They're the country folks for the
No.
country folks. Well, they're this couple, and I don't. The whole thing started back then when someone leaked their OnlyFans page. It
Mm-hmm.
got it got leaked out, and so that was
Hey
one of
yo.
the people were talking about, like, oh my god, I can't believe that. And what I was telling Monty's mama, they grown as fuck. Like, I don't understand why people are like, you can't do shit. You gotta like ask for permission. Last time I checked, we ain't gotta ask nobody for permission. The fuck? If I want to make an OnlyFans, I'm gonna make a motherfucking OnlyFans. Not saying that I'm going to, but I'm just saying they can do what they want. And then it got leaked, and then they start spreading rumors and like, oh my god, this is before they have the baby, way before they were pregnant.
Right. I think honestly, I think like some of their social media started over there, and then they decided to start doing the YT and all the like the other came here with it or whatever. But I think they were more adulty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that she hasn't been in a couple videos and everybody just started making their own assumptions and started digging into their personal, oh well, it's public record. I mean, the speculation of people's real lives as it's happening. I mean, let's just go with what everybody else is saying. So they're saying what they've determined by their whatever, right? Oh, he had a DV back in February. He must have, done something to her and blah, blah, blah. So what if that's true? What if that's really the case? And now the whole fucking internet is talking about her DV situation that she's still currently processing, right? I don't think that's okay. I think people use a lot of this shit way too, they're doing too much. They're doing entirely too much. Hey, I'm well. Happy Monday. I think there's a part about giving people the respect. And even if we don't like the people, like the same thing for Stephanie. People trying to call at Thanksgiving and get her food stamps cut off. Like at Thanksgiving, like you don't want her kids to eat at Thanksgiving. That what are you doing by calling and trying to cut something off? Like I just don't understand the world we live in. Can somebody help me?
I understand either because it's like, why do we have to dig up people's important? If they wanted us to know about the DV, maybe they would have came and told us.
And
Just for
being such popular creators, if they had something with DV and they're able to get counseling or do something and make their testimony, something good for other people, why not give them the opportunity to do that? But I'm not saying there was ever a DV or any of that. I'm saying that that's what they've dug up on them. You guys, we're talking about Sacco and Dalton. You guys follow them or know what? You guys know what's going on with them? That's what I was talking about first. I was killing time.
it's just sad that whatever they're going through, hopefully they can push through because I think they're a cute couple and Dalton loved the hell out of Sacco. But you know what? We're not there. We're not in their everyday life, but hopefully they can make it work. I don't know if it was a real video. I saw something that came on my For You page yesterday and it was her, but people can make fake, you know what I mean. And she was just like, well, you guys are probably worried or blah blah blah, but she said her and him aren't getting divorced. Do I know if that video is real? I don't know. I mean, we'll just
There's
have
two
to.
different videos. There's an old video that's circulating that's saying we are getting divorced, which was some jokey joke shit they did back some months ago. And then there's a new video that I do believe is AI, and it's got like she glitches and all type of other shit.
So who knows?
So I'm
But
not
it's
sure.
just like the point that like
Hey,
people
Pink
need to
Files, happy Monday.
just stay in their own lane and worry about their own lives and not dig up people's past and then start talking about it and then having everybody else talk about it. So there's this whole big thing that everybody and their mama, sister, or grandma is talking about. Like, leave it
It's
alone.
these content creators who are where they call themselves T pages or you know
Right. Don't worry about
commentary
people's
pages, like, oh,
relationship.
we make commentary about it. It's one thing, like if Sacco and Dalton are going through some shit, right? And I mean, right now, what he has made a video about is that his mother is currently leaving this earth with cancer. Like he said, he's been through a lot of hard shit, and that wasn't even the hardest thing he was going through. And everybody just automatically assumed that it had to be something with Sacco, or they even said that Bubby the dog was in the lake or something in the pond. Like taking shit way too fucking far. If you want to report on somebody in their lives, just like this shit with the Jenkins, that's like with Arlita. She spent a whole year going to court and coming on here and giving, what the updated child support court was, right? Without a problem. She had her following. People knew when the court date was. Nobody ever went and sat in a fucking courtroom. What would you need to sit there for? Arlita would go and tell us what was happening, right? And then
Right.
all of a sudden, one of these new little content creator, new booty butter bitches comes on this bitch, and she decides she's gonna share, then she's gonna go sit in court and she's gonna drop it before our leader can. That was disrespectful. To come and talk on anybody's personal business before they can. Now you're being a nosy bitch. You're not reporting. You're fucking digging into other people's shit. And all Dalton said was that his mama is diagnosed with terminal cancer and she's dying. But that wasn't the hardest thing that he was even going through right now. Like, why is people as a whole, you heard that and you decided that now his girl's lying at the bottom of the fucking pond? I mean, if you look, they haven't really posted content in a minute. That video that he said that his mom is, you know, that's a new video. Like, they haven't posted in almost a month, right? So because maybe as a couple, they decided to take a social media break or take a month off or something, and all these things are happening, and he came back with, oh, and they said because he's lost all the weight, he must be an active addiction. Like, the things that they're accusing this man of after a video that he said his mother is actively dying of cancer. I hate it here. Earth is ghetto as fuck. Beam me the fuck up. Secondly, I want to touch on Jeremiah Thompson's wife and her granddaddy that she apparently walked in after he suicided himself. And for everybody who's listening, your attention to fucking detail is deplorable. Last year, on Andrew's dad's death anniversary, she used that to cover up. She said that her granddad unalived himself on the same day that Andrew's daddy, what was his birthday or his anniversary day? I may be off on whatever date it is, but yes, it was last year. I want to say, Arlita, are you in here? What are his dates? Because whatever date is around this time, that's the one that she posted on that date, that it was, you know, fuck him, fuck, you know, Andrew's dad, because her granddaddy and her situation trumped his. Y'all don't remember this shit? We all noticed it when she did it because Jolene was on the internet at that point, and Jolene was honoring her daddy. Right?
I was gonna say, is that a lie? Because that sounds like a lie.
I mean, I don't know if her granddad unalived him. I don't know. I don't know what the story of that is, but she dropped this information last year on either the anniversary or birthday of Andrew Jenkins' deceased father. On the same day of that is when she dropped this whole "I walked in on my granddad" bullshit, right?
Bringing up deceased and like all that shit, that's not something to play with. Like,
I mean, whatever her story is, she's already said it, right? She's already said what her story is. They're acting like it's brand new, like
a million times.
What about her granddad? What is she talking about? Bro, where were you last year when she dropped this shit on Andrew's dad's date? Like, what? She always has to overshadow everything Andrew had going on. He couldn't even have that.
It's like she competes with whatever he got going on, is what it is.
Absolutely. She competes with whatever you got going on. Mm-hmm. You take the kids to the pool. Oh, she got to take the kids to the pool. Y'all go to Oaks Park. Oh, she got to try to go to the fucking container park. Whatever it is you do, she got to try to. And I wish she would just try to be a better fucking mother to her kids, because you're phenomenal. If she's going to take notes, those are the notes she needs to be fucking taking. However, even though I was in a poke y'all, I got noticed like, damn, it was, you know, roast her Sunday, except she didn't call anybody a bio mom this week, y'all. If you notice, Stephanie pays attention to what the fuck I'm saying over here, because when I told her watch her fucking mouth, she stopped talking about Desiree and sub-onlys. And when I told her you keep doing this bio mom bullshit, we'll roast you every Sunday, she stopped doing that too. What's the question, Pink Files? I might got to answer. Where would Des go? She got a call. I got answers today. I got time today. Is it true that they're riding Little D's bike? Desiree didn't buy that bike. Desiree says she knows nothing about the bike, who it belongs to. She didn't buy him a bike and take it over there. I don't know whose bike that is. Maybe it's like the Target cart or whatever else. Like she's the table, she's garbage picking, right? They're on the blade. Like, I'm sure there's shit everywhere. I don't know where the bike came from.
She's just so strategic. Like you said, she's just trying to show people any way she can that she's a good person.
And she's not.
Like,
the comments are completely always wrong. Just like Nicole Odom Corley is over there saying that Reese had told everybody that Stephanie was in rehab for fucking schmeth, and she wasn't. Reese definitely, I was in the live when Reese was in the live talking about her going to rehab for the weed. And I asked her, I was like, are you sure it was just weed? Like, I don't know many people who go to rehab for just fucking. She said, no, she felt that her daughter had a fucking chemical imbalance. And then when she smokes pot, that it makes it worse. And that Stephanie is one person on this earth who shouldn't be smoking weed. And I don't think the woman was lying. And nobody, and then Natalie Odom said, well, one of the rehab workers told her, had said, no, somebody probably made a fake account and came in the comments and said it. And Natalie Odom, I know you're listening. If you're going to repeat shit that I do in my lives, tell the truth. Take notes or something. Stop fucking taking shit and twisting it and making a narrative that's not true. I'm tired of that shit too. Stephanie was not,
Exactly.
I don't love Stephanie. I'm not defending Stephanie, but she was not in rehab for schmeth. She was in rehab for smoking pot and because she wanted to unalive herself because she was so heartbroken that she couldn't be with her husband, Jeremiah Thompson. That's what that is. So what else did I want to touch on today? Those two things for sure. Because the Dalton and Sacco, I love them down real bad. And the way the internet is doing them, let's just speculate. I'm so bored and miserable in my life. I want to get on the internet and speculate strangers' lives. Like, what is wrong with people? Why are we speculating everybody's life? And if that's what we're doing, I'm going to have a whole speculation Sunday and we can speculate everybody's life. Nobody's safe, right? However, I find it fucking like I could cackle humor right now. Oh, Nicole Violet Hardy, now that her FOIA has been dropped and all the information has been shared, just like Stephanie's, SO husband. Why does Nicole sound just like Stephanie? Like, no, that's not how it happened. You weren't in my house. You don't know. How can you talk about me if you weren't here? You spent the last 2 years judging a woman whose house you've never stepped foot in. It's never any fun when the rabbit has the pew-pew, is it? Except Stephanie Thompson has never unalived somebody. Stephanie Thompson has never been with her children to go and take somebody's life and sit here with some type of, oh, well, I wasn't in the room and I didn't actually strangle him. So like, I'm not guilty. Like, yeah, I brought the wheelchair and I dropped them off and I picked them up and was the getaway driver after the fact when they robbed him and stuff. But I'm not guilty. I didn't do it. I just did those parts, but I'm not guilty. Baby girl, you went with your husband and your motherfucking son to do this heinous ass act. Whether you in the room when the man stopped breathing does not make you innocent to the fact. You took a plea deal. You spent time in jail. You got on an ankle monitor. You went in a drug program. Did they give you a sweet little deal because you cooperated with the police? Like, does she not understand that we can listen to the whole interview? There's audio when you were arrested. Hold on too, because wait, I need to hold on one moment. In a second, I got to get it somewhere else so I can read it to y'all. Hold on. I got it out of there and I got it over here. So the audio when she was arrested and her husband and son are all in the room and it's very long audio and her husband's clearly a better criminal than her because he's definitely whispering and muffling his voice and all this other shit, right? But I have somebody who has amplifying equipment and noise cancellation and all of this shit who's been able to get more of what, like, I was able to hear a lot of it, but a lot of her husband's shit, yeah. So 7 minutes and 22 seconds into that audio, the door shuts. Nicole Violet Hardy is hyperventilating. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Her husband says, easy, easy, watch what you say. Nicole says, they have me on video, I saw it. Her husband says, doing what? She said, mumbles, a body out of the hotel. Something mumbles, inaudible, a body out of the hotel. He said, doing what? She said, wheeling a body out the hotel. He mumbles, you're tripping. She said, yes, they do, Chris. He mumbles again. She says, what the fuck happened? He said, I don't have a clue. I don't know what happened. What is happening? She says, they're going to take me away from her daughters. She says, because of whatever happened. Her husband says, what the fuck is going on? She said, I saw the picture. He said, of what? She said, they kept pictures of Caleb and everybody. Her husband says, shh. He tries to shush her. They have pictures of Drew. He says, can you shut the fuck up? So all of that she didn't know. That's on the audio. That's on the audio in the interview room when she is arrested. And there is so much more on that audio. She tells her husband, like, you can tell that at one point she accuses Andrew of being the feds, Jeremy, the other people who were arrested. She had already cooperated with the police. When the police grabbed her, when her son comes back in the room, her son explains to his daddy that when they came in, they were in the same room and then they got separated. So she's trying to like place it the way, you know, you're listening to it, and she's trying to like make her husband think that these people who are around them were feds and that she hadn't been talking to the police before she sat in that room. And when her son came in that room, like she's telling her son, like, they're going to take your dad to jail, to prison forever. I'm never going to see your sister again. Like she guilted her son. If her son didn't do it, she sure guilted him into taking the responsibility for his daddy. And now she's saying in Reddit, like, oh, do I believe my ex-husband had my son take the fall? Baby, when you was in that room, you was with your ex-husband having him take the fall. We hear your voice. The fuck? And then she keeps saying all this about being in $1 million home. Like, okay, you had $1 million trap house. I don't think it was worth that when you were there. Number two, like, why do you keep showing Zillow ads of this house as your, you know, rebuttal? Why don't you have pictures of you living in the house? The police have pictures of your house. She says that a dog was unalive. There's no evidence of that in any of the 300 plus pictures. There's no evidence of that in the 300 plus pages of police interviews. She keeps tripping herself up. She said she had a black lab and then a pit mix, but then the puppies were Cane Corso. Well, where the fuck the puppies come from? Because the black lab and the pit mix ain't going to make Cane Corso puppy. She said that the mother had a pool on the back porch. There was no pool on the back porch. It's in the pictures. There's none of that shit she's talking about exists. No. You had them puppies. You were living like squalor hell, worse than Stephanie Thompson could ever dream or imagine. And you got on this Beyonce's internet and decided it'd be a good idea to judge another mother who clearly, mind you, at this point, y'all, anybody who's talking about that woman, Stephanie clearly is suffering from a lot of shit. She's not okay. And if you're talking about her like you're picking on the disabled at this point, are the kids suffering? Absolutely. But that woman she's not stitched right. It's something wrong with her. And I think the whole internet knows so. And if you're sitting here talking about somebody who's got something wrong with them every day for fucking funsies, you might want to do some, looking in your own soul. And then she had the audacity to say that Babbling Brook could like do anything to the outside of her body, but the inside was still evil and she still needed to heal. Baby, you were sitting on this internet still acting like you had nothing to do with the loss of a man's life. You think your hands are clean because you didn't strangle him, but baby, you raised the strangler. That's your son. We're supposed to keep our children from getting wet from the storms of life, and you just threw a tsunami on your baby and got the audacity to say what Stephanie does with hers? What? They give an audacity away around these parts. But she will continue to have a platform. Casey Anthony has a platform. Why wouldn't Violet be able to have one here? She should not be talking about anyone's looks. She ain't no prize. Said, I don't like babbles, but I don't even see evil in her. I mean, there's that part, Liza. I didn't have a problem with Babbling Brook. I never engaged with her. She got involved with the people who, basically defamed us and painted us a certain type of way. And I don't know what she believes. I haven't talked to her about that, but clearly in the beginning, she went with the side that was riding against us. And it is what it is. I don't see her as being an evil person either. She takes care of her kids. I mean, the fact that she had a surgery to change her life 20 fucking years ago and has kept up with it, that's fucking amazing. Like, I can give credit and clap where credit is due. I'm done, Liza. I don't like her based off my own, not tarot readings of her. I'm so done. She's not evil, just her own struggles. That's fair. I'm not here to judge.
Everybody's got some struggle,
I mean, as women, we should be able to get together and lift each other up and like help each other point out struggles and like show me where I can do better, right? Or just hang out with other women who uplift you to do better, right? Like something. But to sit around in jerk circles and just talk badly about other women and find other women to dig and roll through the coals of hell. But then when your dirty skeletons come out of your closet now, somehow the people who found out your dirty shit, you're the victim and they're the perpetrator. What? Oh, Also, 2 plus, I want to touch on. She said that she must have triggered me and I did some deep dive on her, Violet Nicole Hardy. That's not what happened. She had been talking about me, been calling me TMJ. They leaked me kissing a girl, all this other stuff. It wasn't until she started lying on my son, saying he slept with underage girls, hashtagging justice for my forgotten daughter, mentioning my minor child. Like, she came for my fucking kids. And all I did was put her name in a fucking Google search. And once I put Nicole or Violet Gorton in there, her white pages or whatever the fuck came up, and it had the alias Nicole Hardy. So I plugged that back in the Google search, and voila, bro. It wasn't magic. I didn't do some deep dive or do something special to find out what the fuck she had done. But they Googled all. She posted DV that was against me and accused me of being some violent offender because she doesn't know how to read paperwork, right? So there's that. It's never no fun when the rabbit has a pew-pew, and maybe you shouldn't be on this internet running your fucking mouth, attacking everybody and their mama when you raised your son and went with him. They said shit about me. You know, I had said in a live, like, I wanted Monty's name to be just as well known as Jeffrey Dahmer type shit, every household type shit, right? And they ran with that, like, what a thing to compare it to. Well, even Jeffrey Dahmer's parents didn't go with him to do his crimes. Why were you with your son? If you're so innocent, why were you with your son and being his getaway driver and doing all that shit if that's the case? How do you want to spin this story? Because however you spin it, I still got fucking questions.
It is so funny how people, you know, they have their own insecurities and then they push that right back onto you, and it's like people just show you almost like their true selves in the way that they judge you.
Man, listen.
It's a crazy world out there, and it's never gonna change. And you know, at least we got each other. You know, each other, each other.
She's just a little bit behind on some awareness. I mean, at this point, there are so many people. Who is it? The resilient grifters. They're now like reposting all of Stephanie's. Like, we're gonna go back through this woman's entire past 2 years and repost the old shit. We're gonna contact her brother again, and let's try to get in touch with Reese again, and just keep it going. And what is it fixing? You're paying her. Like, they're the MVPs. They are free promo. Give them girls their flowers. They're doing such a great job.
Yeah. It's sad that they're still backtracking and not moving on.
Thanks for all the gifts, y'all. Appreciate it. I had so much, like, yeah, so much. This is ridiculousness. We went through so much hell. Like, Violet participated in all of the shit that was going on behind the scenes with us. She's in all the snark groups. She's in all the discords. You can't tell me any different. She's friends with all the fucking fake pages, right?
Thank you, Ray.
We're all mentally ill, just like Stephanie.
Yep.
We all resonate with her in some way.
Resonate. Hey, Hannah, it's an evil spirit on them. Yep, for the rest of their life. I hear birds chirping. That's cute.
Yeah. It's just crazy because, like, all they're really doing is just enabling her. Like, and enabling somebody isn't going to make them change, and it's not going to make their situation better. Like, especially, like, not somebody like her.
Yep.
Because it seems she was probably raised that way.
Who, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Stephanie wasn't raised that way. Stephanie was not raised that way. I mean, maybe in the way that her mother let her get away with fucking schmurder and didn't fucking call her on it, and she can puppet master her fucking family and make them feel some type of way, right? But the rest of it, she's got 5 siblings who are functioning, doing just fine in this world. They're not living
She's
the life.
The youngest, right?
No, she's the second oldest.
Oh, wow.
Our third oldest? She's not the youngest. Her sister's older than her. I think she's got an older brother and then her, maybe. I don't remember exactly. Don't quote me. It's been too long because I don't care, because I already had realized a long time ago, I've been saying it forever. There's something wrong with her. And her family has offered to help her. She doesn't want the help. The school, all the services, everybody has offered. She doesn't want the help. She wants to be famous on this here internet and exploit her children. And this is what she wants. This is what she wants. And y'all are giving it to her. And it's disgusting. Neither her nor Andrew were raised like this. They both were raised better than this. Andrew's daddy's probably flipping over in his fucking grave looking at this shit show.
Man.
It's embarrassing. But the same thing they're doing to Sako and Dalton is the same thing they did to Desiree and Arlita. Same thing they've done to me, and here Violet, the one who's been doing the whole time, like, oh, so if the truth doesn't fit, you just make up lies, just like you did, bitch. Just like you said my son was sleeping with underage girls when nobody ever said that. Because I said he had snuck some young ladies in my house. I'm about to be fucking 50. His girlfriend was 10 years older than him. Like, that didn't come up in the conversation because it was just a candid conversation about these boys and when they grow up. And even though Monty asked permission to have girls in, I definitely saw on his phone where he had snuck some in too. That was the basis of the conversation. And that evil, vile, disgusting woman took that shit and started accusing my deceased child of being a fucking pedophile. What? And now she wonders, like, I must have triggered her. You think? You're around here hashtagging her forgotten daughter, justice for her forgotten daughter. Around here calling Moneymaker Manova and, Afterthought Atlas. Ain't nobody around here screaming Killer Caleb, though. Tired of this shit. So fucking sick and tired of it. And now that it's over, like, Deshawn is free, and I'm sitting back looking at all the shit. Yeah, she bakes, she dumbass bakes. She's Stephanie's top payer. That's her top cash cow. That woman has made a page on Facebook that the name of the page on Facebook is Stephanie Thompson Abuses Her Children. And she comments over and over and over and over and over again on Facebook. And FB pays more. So you hate her so much, and you loathe her existence, but you're paying her every day. You wake up in the morning, open your phone, like, let me go see what this bitch is talking about so I can cuss her out. Oh, that's your life? You wake up in the morning to go cuss Stephanie fucking Thompson out on her comments? She bakes, rides with Donna Hobson. The receipt cluck rides with Donna Hobson and rode with Donna Hobson before the fuck this shit started happening. Stephanie Salazar, at that point, people talking about other people's children because this social media shit motherfuckers get outside their body. The little phone gives them all this audacity that being in somebody's face. Violet, I don't give a damn who she strangled or how many pistols she had or whatever the fuck. She would have never told me in my face that my son was fucking on underage girls because she doesn't know that. And she wouldn't have enough audacity to say none of the shit she's saying on this World Wide Web to my face. Calling me TMJ. Baby, they described you as a heavy-set white woman with fucking red and purple hair in your police reports. I've never been described as such. My belly doesn't stick out past my titties, but in them pictures they had of you, your belly definitely sticks out past your titties, and y'all got the audacity to talk about me? Oh, Jenna over there running her fucking mouth talking about me, and look, baby, projection be a reflection, be a confession, be what? I'm over this shit. I'm so fucking tired of it. And the fact that they pick and choose, like, oh, Violet, it's okay, she's a murderer, but Desiree had a DUI, and fuck her, she should go to hell. She should never have her kid ever. What? Oh, well, Violet, she went to jail. She already paid, and justice was served. Hey, Suki, ain't no justice was served. They took that man's life, and she's sitting on this World Wide Web lying about it, sweeping it under the rug, acting like there's some type of innocence about it, not giving Andrew Emmett justice he deserves. That man's life mattered. His family matters. They shouldn't be scared into silence because Violet is violent in who she is. That's ridiculous. Talking about they were that man's friend. Well, the way you left him, who needs friends like that? He better off to hang out with his enemies that day. He might have had more of a chance to survive. Unfucking believable. And her clapback answers, that's, y'all want to see what a white savior looked like, right? They kept trying to put that title on me, right? Look at Violet, white savior. Lived in $1 million house, and I paid for this, and I did that. And my kids went to private schools, and I'm this, I'm that. No, bitch. You're a criminal. That's what the fuck you are. You're a woman who raised her child and set him up for complete fucking failure. What can her son? He is a schmurderer. He's got to do time in prison, and when he gets out, he's going to be a fucking schmurderer, a violent offender. What's the best he's going to get? A warehouse job somewhere that hires felons? Or she's going to put him back to work in the little huff factory she had going on in her garage. Like, what are we doing?
I just want to say, my parents' house they sold it for like almost $1 million, like 900,000, right? But they got it for like 500. It means nothing in this economy.
I mean, the fact of the matter that she had fled from Massachusetts, from a nice little neighborhood that was happy to see her fucking go because she thought she was Pablo fucking Escobar, and had landed in California. Who's to say she owned the fucking house? The house is on Zillow, so clearly they didn't fucking seize the house in any type of raid. She was probably a fucking renter, renting a house that now values at $1 million. But regardless, it doesn't matter. With that type of spirit, like, she was a essential part in taking somebody's life. And even if you eliminate that from the fact, she participated with her son as an accomplice. She was her son's getaway driver after he really did take somebody's life, or her husband, because, hey, nobody was in the room to know who really did it, right? Even though, like, the interview, the audio we're hearing is making it look like they're definitely setting their son up to take the fucking fall. I wasn't in the room. I don't know who did it. It was her son, right? Her son was charged with it. Her husband or her son. But she definitely dropped them off, was in the hotel, had conversations with people about Andrew being drunk and needing a wheelchair when she dropped the wheelchair off, right? Picked them back up after they robbed him, and they had the duffel bags and all this other stuff, talking about she didn't know what you dropped him off. They asked you for a wheelchair because he's drunk or whatever. But then when you picked him up, there's no wheelchair, there's no Andrew, and they've got these duffel bags, and you never asked a question in the third, huh? You just drove home or drove wherever you drove, and you knew nothing, right? Let's be fucking real. And she was really mad in the interview, too, that it only took them 12 hours. Like, they were high-fiving the police and shit. They were high-fiving each other because it only took 12 hours or whatever. She was really mad. Not the Muppets picture. Oh, that's not for you, Babbling Brook. That's Sesame Street. And honestly, those are all the fucking content creators that need to be called out. It'll come in due time. I can name every last one of the motherfuckers in this picture.
I was wondering who these people were supposed to represent.
You guys don't know who Big Bird, Elmo, Oscar the Grouch? Fuck, you guys don't know who these people are? Bert and Ernie? There's Grover, Cookie Monster. You don't know who these people are? Is this before y'all time? Like, I grew up off Sesame Street. Can you tell me how to get... Who's Big Bird? You don't know, Amwell? You know who Big Bird is. Yup, just stop. I know you fucking lying. You know who Big Bird is? No, Babbling Brook, you're not a Muppet. You're not a Muppet. I respect your struggle. I respect your journey. I respect who you are and where you've come from. And like I told you before, you're not the body, you're the spirit. No matter how beautiful you dress it up on the outside, if your spirit was as tainted as her ugly ass spirit, you'd look as ugly as she does. That's how it works. Right? Hey, Abs. Happy Monday, y'all. She can say whatever according to her. According to her, she didn't have nothing to do with what we know factually she did. And y'all, if you go over to the Snark group, listen to the audio. While the 300 pictures and the 300 pages of, police reports and all of that is very relevant, that audio is the most damning, confirming of the type of woman and everything that she is. She says, I'm vile. Do you know how many times that woman mentioned her bloody pussy while she was sitting in that room? Her bloody pussy. The police could hear, I left blood on their floor. Bloody pussy, bloody pussy, bloody pussy. And I'm vile? Bitch, what? Because you obviously, whatever you had going on, you didn't have enough audacity to ask one of the officers for a fucking feminine pad or something? What? You said, fuck it, you're pissed off, you'd rather bleed on their floor? There's no evidence in anything in all 600 plus pages, plus the audio, right? This dog that she said was unalived, the mother dog who was either a black lab or a pit, and apparently the mother to Cane Corso puppies. I don't know. I'm not seeing the correlation. 2 plus 2 is not equaling 4, but A plus R is equaling 15 type shit. Like, how do you have a pit and a black lab, a pit mix and a black lab, but then you had Cane Corso puppies? Where? But anyways, no evidence of said pew-pewing of unaliving of mother dog. No visual evidence in home of any remnants of unaliving of mother dog, and nothing mentioned in any police reports. And in the hour and 40 something minutes that she was in the fucking interview room, she said that she never mentioned the dogs being unalived. She was worried about the puppies. The puppies. Absolutely, Bally Brooks. She didn't mention the dog being unalived one time. She keeps, double backing on the story. Like, in the interview room, she's asking where her daughter is because the husband had left to take her to school and he got grabbed in the streets, right? And then she's saying that her and Randy or something left walking or whatever because there was no car for them, right? So how could it be both ways? How could she have been at home with her daughter if her husband was taking the daughter to school and got picked up with the daughter? And then she, in the interview room, she's asking where her daughter was. Well, if the daughter was with you at home when it happened, why are you asking what happened? She would still be with you somewhere, right? Oh yeah, blaming that mess of a house on the police raid. Absolutely tossed it and they dumped cereal. No, the kitchen and the living room were untouched. The rooms in the house that were touched and went into like that were the rooms where they had evidence to fucking take pictures of. Hey, Mr. Officer. Y'all catch him in her mirror. He was kind of cute too. The letter she was writing her son, man, stop it right now. Stop it right now. And the fact that she went into Reddit and said she has no remorse. She has no remorse. I wasn't in the room. I didn't do it. Man, you should have remorse for having raised a kid to do that. Like, if my son was capable of that type of shit, bitch, I would have remorse. I would hang my head in fucking shame. That's what I raised. Now, I know some kids got free will and do some way out shit, and there's mental health, and there's all type of other shit. But as a parent, if my child was responsible for taking another child's fucking life, I would definitely be doing some serious self-reflecting. And if I was his co-defendant, because I was there helping him, shit, get the fuck out of here. Y'all didn't get arrested together because you weren't involved. Let me go back in these comments. I got to run in my fucking mouth. Oh, okay. I didn't miss much. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I had given warning shots in my lives and said, stop talking about my fucking kids. If you don't like me, that's fine. I ate the TMJ shit. I let her talk about how I was grieving my son, how I had put his shoes out on the porch, and how my daughter has to live in his shadow, and all this shit. I ate it all. Never said a fucking word. Let her run her mouth because I'm grown. You want to talk about me, bitch? Talk about me. I've been through enough hell. My mom was my first op, bitch. You're not going to hurt my feelings, okay? But you're going to talk about my kids? Putting cases on my deceased son that don't belong to him while your alive son is sitting in prison for a heinous murder that you were a part of? Stop it. Stop it right fucking now. I would have never gone looking into who the fuck you were and why you were so obsessed with my children and why the fuck you wouldn't stop. I never had an inclination until you wouldn't stop. And I'm sick and fucking tired of these hateful hoes doing this dumb shit. And then when you're the victim of it and you start looking as to why a motherfucker, you got common sense and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you reveal some shit. Now all of a sudden, oh, MonTeesMama went and died. I didn't do some deep dive. I put her in a Google search. I didn't do anything fucking spectacular. I want to know why Violet Gordon wouldn't shut her fucking mouth talking about me. And once I put Violet Gordon in, I realized she was Nicole Hardy, right? White Pages told me she had an alias, so I plugged that back into the Google search and voila, here's your picture, bitch. Oh my. But she had already came and said her son was responsible for unaliving somebody, and let's talk about that. For Andrew Emmett's family, who knows what the fuck happened, who was at the trial for their child, and they're dealing with the aftermath of all of this, to sit and watch her sweep their babies under the rug. It was a bar fight. He hit his head. It was an accident. My son is not, he's a good boy. Not the fuck? Man, Babbling Brook, say it again. She has to keep that the narrative so she can sleep at night. You knew she was going to blame the foya on me or Brooke? Of course. I mean, because she had cursed eye wrapped around her fucking clitoris, so she knew it wasn't her who would do it. Fuck. Cursed eye said she was getting it, but she never thought that's who dropped it in the Reddit. Like, I mean, come on. Never once accused her girl. Got her wrapped around my clit. No problem. No worries here. And how is it that they wanted to try to attack everything about Desiree or Arlita or me? And these women are over here, murderers, abusing, neglecting their children, married to murderers, married to PDFs, just doing every fucking thing, all willy-nilly, naked and feral as fuck. But I'm the one under the microscope? What? No, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And MonTeesMama got a story to fucking tell. And I'm gonna drag every last one. I'm not even gonna drag. I'm gonna tell the fucking truth, and people take it for what it's worth. Yep. Whoever did is the GOAT. Say it again. Because I could have did it, and in my opinion should have. And well, in my opinion, since they're such best buddies, like, why should she have had to foil it? Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if I had some shit on my record that became like suspect that y'all wanted answers for, it's my fucking record. I wouldn't make you foil it. Y'all, Arlita and Des, my girls. Shit, Katarina, let me go on ahead and get my paperwork and send you pictures and shit. Fuck here, I'll take a picture of the disposition for you, right? That's how that works. None of my friends would ever have to FOIA nothing about me. Abso-fucking-lutely. Bro, man. And right now, I'm over here like, I've heard this voice before. You got a sister, Charlene? Maybe it was a Muppet, just a guess. When she said she wouldn't because of the family of the victim, what? No, in her fucking video, she even, Valerie, is that what you want? You want me to FOIA and bring your brother's case to the table? And just for the record, for what it's worth, there's been nothing on this internet in regards to Andrew Emmett that I have done that I did not clear with his family before I fucking did it. Being the mother of a child that was taken off this earth entirely too soon, and with the respect and love that I have in my heart, nothing that I have done has not had approval from his fucking family, including this live here today. You understand me? Nothing that I have done. I have gone through the family to do everything that I have done. There was no disrespect ever. She's not on this app a lot. She works. She's busy. She's getting married. I love all of this for her. This didn't have to be this way. It shouldn't have to be this way. This is not what the internet should consist of. Absolutely, Babbling Brook. I fucking was like, oh. That's another person that through these travels of the internet, because for some reason, just because I'm MonTeesMama, I absolutely believe that Monty and Andrew, he bumped up against Monty. And Monty knows who his mama is. He was like, dog, don't even worry about it. I got you. And dropped that shit in my lap on a fucking Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. type shit. So That's how I look at it anyways. So she's a person I'd like to definitely meet in person and give a big hug to, because not only like what happened to them and their family, and to lose Andrew in such a heinous act with people who he had been hanging out with. I mean, they knew though that he was active in his addiction. Like if he was doing good, he would have been at home. Like his sister sat here and spoke with us and told us all these things, right? So the lifestyle he was living obviously comes with the fear of these types of things happening for it to have happened. And in the care and custody of people who had a fucking stocking at their house for him. With friends like that, who needs enemies, right? But then to grieve their loved one, and to be trying to, have his voice and story heard and the truth about what happened to him come out. But then they're terrified because they know what she's capable of. I mean, if she had already unalived one of your family members, wouldn't you be a little nervous? I get it. MonTeesMama don't give a fuck. I told y'all. 0 fucks over here. I ain't scared of nothing. And you know what's crazy? I had said when Monty had his accident, like the parents and the family of the boy, like I felt like they acted really, in a fucked up ass manner, right? And people had said, well, maybe because they were scared, their lawyer told them that or whatever. I was like, I wouldn't have gave a fuck. If Monty had to unalive somebody, bro, I would have been at people's doorstep, offering all of my condolences. What can we do? What can we do to help? It wouldn't have mattered if they were going to sue us. So what? If my son was responsible for taking somebody else's baby off this earth, like I would be indebted to them people. The fuck? What? Monty would too. Shit. I don't get it. And for her to just sweep it all under the rug. I wasn't in the room, so I'm not guilty. And my son, it was an accident. Bitch, if you weren't in the room, how do you know what the fuck happened? It was an accident, right? That's what you said. How do you know it was your son? Now she's trying to double back and say, well, it wasn't her son. She thinks that her son took this fall for her husband. Well, that's fucked up. Because according to records, her husband was re-released again on August 3rd. So he's a free man. So if he's the true murderer, we've got another one of those on the fucking streets. Hey. Caleb admitted to choking him. I feel like it was a joint effort. I mean, her husband. So Valerie had said that Andrew was a wrestler. He was a fighter. Okay, y'all. I don't do this type of shit. Tap the fucking screen. I'm getting the puzzle piece. I don't want to end up in the pokey, but they're obviously on the outside looking in. We're being reported. The puzzle piece definitely means the reports are coming in. So I just need, if you're not typing, like I want to engage and keep the live going as it's going. I'm not trying to do that, but please tap the screen. Please tap the screen. Did you mean to request up, Brooke, or nope? Okay. I don't know if it was Caleb or Chris. He was choked by one of the people, right? But that's okay. Valerie said that her brother was a wrestler, and that her brother, that she had mentioned that, Chris had black eyes. Like there was definitely a struggle. And then the part that hurts my heart the most, if like they had artillery, like they beat him to, you know what I mean? They made him fight for his life when they could have just ended it quicker if that was what it was. So it makes it even more heinous for me once I saw like what they had available to them. Like you beat him and strangled him and did all of this stuff, and it could have just been one bullet, right? It didn't have to be like that. Why did he have to suffer? It's almost like they tortured him, in my opinion. Why did they even bring those pew-pews, right? If they weren't, it's just a lot. And then she says everybody who was there, like she wants to still claim that she's such this great mother, but all of the adults who were there weren't sober. They were in active addiction. So then she's admitting that her son was in active addiction because he's an adult. And we know she knows that because she wrote that to him in a letter and said, you're an adult, like you're not going to walk away a free man like you think type shit. Which also leads me to believe that this, side tree ass huff operation she had going on, that she thought she was a queen pin in and shit, that her son had been operating for them for a while. And they had been doing the typical gang affiliated shit, having the younger dude because if he gets in trouble, he's not going to get as much time. He'll be a minor, right? That's very common in gang activity. They have the younger kids do the shit that they could do life sentences for because minors will get off with less time, or used to. Granted, they're changing the laws and that doesn't always, apply anymore. But they definitely bank on that. And if they can get like a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old to do the dirty work, they absolutely will. So I feel like the whole her having to, you're an adult now, so you're not going to, like that whole, it gives me inclination that, her son they've been doing criminalistic activity together for a while. Right? So there's that. Yeah, they hid a Ruger in the fucking toilet tank at the hotel. There was a sawed-off shot pew pew. They definitely had, weapons with them. She wants to say all this shit was in the shed and all the rugs were in the shed. Well, there's photo evidence that that wasn't the case. Okay? She definitely had shit all in her room and paraphernalia everywhere. And if she's going to sit here and try to say she doesn't smoke herb, then bitch, that's heroin. Okay? That's what that was then. Right? Because all of that paraphernalia and everything else that's in that room, if you're saying that you don't smoke the Mary Janer, then what the fuck is all that shit? And what were you using it for? More so, everything that was in the shed, like that was deplorable, but the shed more looked like, her son could have been a college frat house shit. The shed looked like it was the place to be in the summertime. Snoop Dogg would have loved it out there, right? I mean, it was a little dirty. The mattress a little deplorable, but I'm sure he's seen plenty of that in other trap houses. But their entire garage was a fucking whole grow section with all of the things. She cannot sit here and say that her children were not around it or it wasn't in the home and all of this, covering it up. Bitch, your garage, attached garage. The garage attached to the fucking house. So what, you're living in this house and, the kids weren't allowed access to the garage. Okay, well, that's weird. And that doesn't excuse it. That you had the shit in the house. You had paraphernalia everywhere. The dildo, the pool house was a nice touch. Amen. I mean, she had the fucking enemas sitting next to her toilet. Somebody couldn't shit. Had shitting problems. Pepto-Bismol. Stomach all tore up. Like, bitch, what? They say, what, you're smoking like you got a smurder? What, were you over there constipated, belly fucked up because the life you live? A mega pack of enemas. I mean, at this point, we know she's full of shit. So I feel like she should definitely keep that mega pack of enemas, handy. She should do that. But I'm not going to lie. Like, I could stand in my square as a grieving mother who was on this app just putting videos to pictures for my son and trying to leave a little bit of a stamp to his friends could see that his mama didn't just crawl in a hole and fucking die. And I'm doing a great job still taking care of his baby sister. And she's around here representing for him, looking good, smelling good. We're cooking good. Seeing me still make Monty's favorite meals that a lot of them would come over and enjoy. And, that's all it was about for me. And Desiree just dropped into my lap. And I took it on because at that point, the Monty movement was already established. And hey, if through the internet, I can Monty this woman and help her get through this process, I'll do that. I got fight in me for Monty. I'll share it, right? Probably needed to. But the universe don't ever miss. And I'm forever changed by this entire experience on so many levels. I am so fortunate to have been here, to have met the people that I met along the way who fought this road with me. Like, I have established friendships, not just friendly people. Like, there's people that I will be rocking with until I'm off this bitch. Like, I already know one of us isn't going to be the other one's funeral type shit, but that's okay. And to have these women come here to, see that I was supporting Desiree and try to pick me apart every which way but loose and weaponize my child's death against me, accuse me of murdering him and all this other shit. Like, they all sit together. They all sit in Discord chats and come up with this elaborate ass bullshit and inject it on the internet. They sit in those fucking groups and they do this fucked up shit and create narratives and lies, just like they did to Sacco and fucking Dalton. It's the same shit. Every story has one in it. Content vultures. They want to say that we're fucking, what, a trauma vulture. I'm not a trauma vulture, bitch. I had to pick out my son's casket. I've been through enough trauma. I'd really like to not see anymore for the rest of my days. I think I've taken enough losses. My baby's blood stains the concrete of his hometown. Just like Andrew Emmett. And let's also talk about the part where not only are they just disturbed, violent people, they unalived him in that room. They could have just left him in the fucking room. They wheeled him out and dumped him on the fucking street. A witness in the hotel thought Violet was acting odd and suspicious about this man being intoxicated in the fucking wheelchair, and she followed them outside and watched as her husband and son dumped this man in the street after they had already taken his life. They couldn't even leave him in the room to be with dignity, y'all. Like, Monty didn't have no choice. He came out flying out of his fucking truck and ended up on the fucking street. But Andrew had an opportunity to not end up on somebody's fucking street. And they chose to take him from where they had taken his life and dump him out in the fucking street like he was trash. I'm sorry. Okay. I apologize, y'all, forever if you don't understand why this situation grabbed me. Like, I didn't realize that they dumped him. Like, the articles and everything I had seen before the FOIA said, like, his shoelaces were tied to the wheelchair or whatever. Getting the depths of this, like, see, really did. This wasn't fun. This wasn't, I mean, fuck. This wasn't okay. This isn't something I wanted to see. Like, there was fear in the beginning that there may have been shit for real. Like, I didn't want to see anything with Andrew in it, right? Even the evidence bags that have like blood from his finger and all this, that was a lot for me, right? The fact that she raised somebody like that, was married to somebody like that, picked them up, and so I still understand. So her justification or her story is that she dropped them off and she picked them up from Macy's. I picked you up from Macy's, like sticking to the story, right? But you dropped back off the wheelchair and you assumed the wheelchair was because he was intoxicated. But then when you picked your husband and your son up, they had bags that they didn't have when you dropped them off, and they didn't have Andrew or the wheelchair. And you didn't call 911 then. You didn't realize something was off then. You didn't ask any questions. Nothing. And played real stupid when you were in that interview room because you had already talked to the police, like, right? And of course she has no remorse because she got off. She swindled the goddamn system. She swindled the fuck out the system. She knew what she was doing. Now, I'm not from California, and I'm not going to claim I know California laws, but I'm from Illinois, and I've already told you who the fuck I am and whatever. I've already determined anytime if I catch I'm an addict. I'm a fucking addict. Because the drug program, no matter what it is you're doing, if under the addict presumption, they're going to give you this sweet cakewalk ass. You go to some classes, you go to programs, you fucking drop regularly, you show them you're not using drugs anymore. And if you complete the program successfully, it's a sweet ass deal at the end. That, like, you know, the charges will be dropped or whatever the fuck the case may be. And for her, you know, cooperation, because she cooperated. She absolutely cooperated. She played like she didn't. She tried to convince her husband and her son that Jeremy was the feds and Andrew was the feds and everybody else did it. Everybody did it but her. Hey, Renee, happy Monday. Her now young boy said he chose her as a mom because no other child wanted her. Oh, no. On Reddit, she said she was admitting to the wheelchair for a different person on a different night. Yeah, I saw that. She don't give a fuck. She has no remorse. No child soul wanted her, and apparently her son chose her out of pity. Huh. I'm just so over it. You know, and then she wants to talk about how the criminal justice system is skewed and how, you know, her and her family weren't given, you know, given proper what? You and your family did this. Like, I don't know what type of delusional, y'all, my people, Twilight Zone, we've been living in this shit for a minute. Like, it was Twilight Zone around us long before Violet. This definitely is some great icing on the cake, but y'all, when MonTeesMama really get to tell her fucking story, Violet, man, I wasn't even super shocked. Like, all of the evidence is very much overwhelming. It was a lot to process, right? Different parts of it have touched me to the depths of my soul. But there's other people around us who are just as icky, if not worse, in different ways. And that shit has been revealed. This whole thing has been a lot to process. Breezy dumped her phone. That was a lot to fucking process. Like, all of it. All of it. When they started dumping shit, once they made the page about Monty, and all of them started coming and dumping shit, and oh my God. And then when Hannah, the little pregnant girl Hannah from out here, got in trouble with her probation officer, then she wanted to dump some more shit. And, you know, all the stuff that they shared with us in the midst of all of their fallouts and biting each other's heads off like fucking snakes and shit, right? A lot of them are gross. But Violet is our most worst violent offender as of right now. And whether she was in the room and actually participated in that man's last breath or not, she was an accessory, an accomplice. What they charged her with clearly is not in the FOIA. We don't know what she was actually charged with, but her docket shows that last September, she took a plea deal along with her husband and her son, who had been sitting in the county jail the whole fucking time, right? Her husband was moved out of the county jail, or no, her husband was moved like sometime in October or November, I think, and her son wasn't moved until January, right? Of 2019, whatever. No, I don't remember the dates, but he was moved in January of this last year, right? The 2025, they take the plea. Her son's moved in January of 2026. And that's right around the time, once her son was moved, that she started commenting to the sister and all of the people who loved him the most on the post from like the San Francisco sheriff from 8 fucking years ago. And she started harassing the sister under her Sherry Larkin FB page. It's like once she got her plea and shit was sweet and she thought she got away with it and everything was good and her husband and her son were in prison, she amped up and started fucking attacking the family of the man who they had taken off this earth. Who does that? And yes, MonTeesMama still got every last motherfucking screenshot. She's deleted it all since, but I definitely preserved it with her in the snark groups of Resilient Jenkins under that same page. Absolutely. And all of the things that she said in those comments match up to the video that she posted when she tried to talk her way out of it. And our family did this and that, and we paid for this and that, and we took care of this and that, and we looked out for this family, and we had them living with us. And like, it's almost like I can do whatever the fuck I want to do because I paid all these people and I've came through for them in their worst time of need, so they fucking owe me. And that, my friends, white savior. Vile Violet, dredging up that pain 8 years later, harassing his family. I'm telling you. And when I was led to the shit on a fucking morning that I woke up an hour before Treasure had to go to school, with shit on my mind, and this bitch was still talking about my son sleeping with underage girls and put her in the Google search and shit, right? And clicked on that article. It was only like 3 weeks before that she had been on that page commenting to them. It was very fresh still that she had been on the page commenting to them. I read all the comments to y'all on this live and was screenshotting them as I read them. And I told her, like, oh shit, she can go delete them now, y'all. Let me get it. Remember, y'all? Some of y'all who were here for it, you remember, right? MonTeesMama don't be lying. Screenshotted all that shit as I read it aloud for the class. That woman was on here, and they all are. Fake pages everywhere. You don't know who you're sitting with. I have PTSD like a mug, y'all. I swear to God. I'd be like, who are you? Who sent you? Show your face. I'm not going to say what could happen, but I wouldn't be surprised once it does. I mean, at this point, whatever plea she took, she stood in front of a judge and she had to have made it look like she had remorse or claimed remorse or something, or the judge wouldn't have been willing to, have it be all sweet for her. If she was truly in some type of rug program and she was working some type of program and she was really an addict and that's how she got caught up in this shit, the little story that she sold, right? If she was on her way to healing and whatever, accountability and making amends and doing the work is what she would be doing. She wouldn't be minimizing her actions, minimizing what her son and her husband did, blaming it on addiction. It's everybody else's fault, right, Stephanie? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Nicole Hardy is fucking Stephanie after all. Fuck you mean? Just her and her twin and them go best friend. We killing them. Oh, no pun intended.
My twin and them.
Swear. And I find it hilarious, all of them, everybody who gets popped down their shit. No, that's not what happened. The court records, no, it just doesn't say blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. That's exactly what the fuck happened. It's exactly what you did. I don't care. Oh, MonTeesMama pulled up on a couple bitches like you who talk a lot of shit and made them stand on every word they said, which entailed them getting a fucking protective order against me. Okay. And in my town, if you're not related domestically, it becomes like a no stalking order because that's the way the law is written. So then they tried to say I was a stalker. No, that's not how that happened. I had already told y'all all that before I ever came here. Like all my shit, I had told y'all personally who the fuck I was. They thought they were doing something by digging it up, right? She could away with her plea deals, but her situation, I'm going to stay quiet. And listen, until she atones for that, her life's going to continue to look what it looks like, right? I wonder if her husband knows that she's on this internet, like saying she's not married to him and that he's such an abuser and that he was financially abusing her and holding her hostage in her own home and all of these things. In that interview room, like tells him she loves him and she'll be with him forever. And he's like, I never cheated on you. Like they were definitely making plans to be apart and be in prison for what had happened. They didn't know how it was going to shake out, but they were sticking together. Poor Caleb. He had no clue. Here he's thinking he's their son, right? Well, I don't know. He grew up with them. He probably knows them way better than the fuck we do, right? But she had him involved in all this other extracurricular shit. So shit, if my parents were supplying me all the guns and rugs and all the other shit, hell, I'm gonna assume they got my back, right? I'm traveling with your guns and rugs and shit, hanging out with you. If me and my dad just offed a motherfucker in a hotel room, right? Like, that's different. My daddy smoked crack when I was that age, but we were never doing nothing like that. That's a different type of way to spend family time. Are we even sure that the 4-year-old came out of her coochie? Listen, Katarina, at this point, I wouldn't even fucking know. Right? She obviously has a thing for, black men. She doesn't seem to like black women. That seems to be a common denominator. And then because I kick it with black women and I like all women and I respect all my queens of all colors, shapes, sizes. If you're taking care of your kids, handling your business, securing a fucking bag, being a fucking grown up, like the fuck. I don't care what color you are. I want a polka dot friend. One of y'all can show a polka dot. I'm in love. Panty dropper. I like it when it's different. Fuck. But because I support my black friends and my black women, and that's what I've always done from the jump of this. Oh, MonTeesMama thinks she's black and blah, blah, blah. How the fuck could I possibly, with my translucent ass, ever think that I'm black? Like, I have freckles, y'all. I'm Irish. Like, I can't catch a tan to save my fucking life.
I'm Irish.
Casper, the friendly fucking ghost over here. I look in the mirror every morning. I see myself and look at myself, and me and myself are good with ourselves. So trust and believe, there's no doubt in my mind the color of my fucking skin. all that black, white, all that other shit. I'm a loyal, trustworthy, honest, and hold integrity, solid moral compass. Would die for my children and live for them every day instead. You feel me? But I would never involve my kids in any type of shit that these women, right? They said, I saw a video like, Stephanie's bogus if she decided to marry a PDF knowing who he was. We know somebody else on this app who did that and had babies with him. What's the fucking difference? Tit for tat around this bitch? They were different ages. It wasn't the same situation. Oh my God, I don't give a fuck. A charge is a charge. If you fit in the category, you're fucking in the category. I don't know. You can't hang out with my kids. I wouldn't let you watch my grass. Violet could definitely not watch my grass. Y'all, she had that beautiful ass fucking pool. And then she had the audacity to say like the neighborhood kids were coming there swimming all the time. What, 10 years ago, bitch? Because you could tell by the shape and the condition of that fucking pool that it had definitely rotted away to nothingness in the back fucking yard with green, grimy, nasty shit and paint peeling off the fucking sides of it. Had a nice, beautiful bar just withered down, like just, yeah, so fucked up in the head, gone off the drugs, having a ball that she didn't even maintain her fucking beautiful ass, now $1 million home. Bitch, they probably had to renovate that whole motherfucker when they got your squalor ass up out of there.
Probably worth $1 million now.
Yeah, now, that's what I said. I didn't go into Zillow and go, I mean, the records probably, somebody can dig it up, what it was worth back in 2018 when she was in that bitch. I don't have time for it. I really didn't have time for all this to start out with, but I came to help Desiree, and then all of a sudden, me and my children were on the chopping block. And when it was just me on the chopping block, I didn't give a fuck. It's just me. I'm grown, right? I can take and bear the weight of whatever. But to drag my children into it because, number one, they thought because Monty's deceased that it doesn't matter. Oh, it super matters. Super matters. Him not being on this earth in the flesh no more does nothing as far as how his mama rides for him. The fuck you thought this was? And then they drug Treasure into it like she deserved it. My baby's over here proud of her mama. My baby was here when we hit the jackpot and got the money, and she was in the car when I cried them tears, and she was so proud. Man, stop playing with me. What we did over here was righteous. What they've been doing over there the whole fucking time has been demonic and evil, and all of them are just miserable. And the ones in the comments, just no, I can't. Too much. We loathe Stephanie, but we're going to comment every day. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go comment on her shit. And I don't know how she stays platformed. Making the videos. I don't know how she stays platformed. I don't know, Purple Plump Princess. You're growing a following and you just dropped off here like 3 months ago. That's how she stays platformed. I don't know, a Mama Miss. I know your dad had a rough story. You should probably talk about that. That's how she stays platformed. You don't know how this fucking system works? They all make fake pages. Oh, and two, I had an epiphany today because I actually went over looking in fucking some shit, and Jenna's out here commenting, and her comments sound real familiar to some of the burners on Stephanie's page. And I would not be surprised in one fucking iota if Jenna was over there under burners hyping up Stephanie's page just for the attention and the fucking adrenaline rush. And, you know, she's doing that for the dopamine fix. A lot of recovering addicts are on this app meddling around, dancing with the devil for a fucking dopamine fix. I smoke trees. I don't need a dopamine fix. Got a lot of love in my life. Got a lot going on. Doing great things. Everything I touch sparkles. And I don't need the internet to validate me. All the shit that was going on until they involved my fucking kids, this was all just child's play. So all that, oh, she dug into me, bitch, I Googled you. You are not that, you should probably pay some money to have your shit scrubbed off the fucking internet or something if you think it's not easy to type you and find you, right? She was friends with me on fucking Facebook until she wasn't, right? She had access to all of my personal photos and all that shit, everything, right? And because Joy Zaccardi had found her talking about a ghost box and all this other shit in the Reddit, right? And was going to expose her for what her son did. That's how I ever found out like her son had done something like that. And that morning I was thinking that I was going to find that her son had like it was a car accident, right? Like there was that much similarity, and that's why she didn't like me, because I made her uncomfortable, because like I represented, the same situation, but the victim of what, her son had done. I had no fucking idea it was her son, her husband. It was all this. I had no clue, guys. I really thought that it was going to be like a car accident or something. Like I really make this bitch uncomfortable like that. So there must be something that aligned. Like what the fuck? That's what I was looking for. I was looking for what aligned us. Why she won't shut the fuck up? Why she keeps talking about my forgotten daughter, and, bitch, I am a grieving mother who picked out my son's casket, who's done amazing things in his honor and his name to keep his love alive in a cruel ass world with people like you in it. I'm so blown away. This shit's crazy. This shit is beyond crazy, y'all. And the people who participate in it are beyond crazy. But here's the thing. Because this app is monetized, and because the cross platforms are monetized, there are so many, and it's only a handful of them. Like in this situation, there is like a group of it's only like 30, 40 of them. It's not that big considering the millions of people who are on this goddamn app. But them 30 or 40 of them max out their accounts and have all these fake burner ass accounts, right? Creeping places and spaces to be, to bring information back, right? Getting close to a situation like, oh my God, the people who are over there, Stephanie responded to me. I was in MonTeesMama's live. Oh my God. She let me in the box type shit. Right? Like back when we was rocking with the Vincent page, not knowing who the fuck that was, I'd be real suspect, y'all. I'm currently under the same fucking status, real shit. I'm really not comfortable with what the fuck. But Desiree, she just did us a favor. Fan behavior. It's not fan behavior. It's dirty deeds done dirt cheap behavior. Right? That's what it is. I've been here an hour and 25 minutes. I like to call it fan behavior because it's all energy at the end of the day and you can transmute it. Is it the dog snoring? Absolutely, that's Chop snoring. Absolutely. Laid the hell out, y'all. Right here by my leg. Getting it in like a grown ass man. He snores like he just worked a 12. I promise he does. I love that for him. Especially after the story Astronaut Art shared with us with the dog. Oh my goodness. Stop it. No doggy daycare for Chapo. He's got the greatest daycare provider right here in home. His mama love him. Leave that dog be. He's been providing. I'm telling you, he's an essential worker. Chop got thrown into this life with me 3 weeks after 3 weeks before Monty graduated to heaven. His life got spun around in the first 3 weeks he was here. I'm sure it was a little rough. And they say animals, ride off your emotions, y'all. This dog be on my hip all the time. There's sometimes where, like, I didn't even realize I was maybe bothered or heightened, and he'll paw his way right into my lap. Like, what's wrong? And I'll be like, damn, I didn't know anything was. Let me think about it real quick. He worked a shift last night, girl. But see, the thing is, last night, and I tried to get a picture, I was laying on the couch, and he had, he always cuddles with me on the couch, but usually it's like in the bend of your knee or whatever. Sorry, I haven't been in today. It's Meet the Teacher today for the kid. Oh, that is so great. I love that. We had a 3-year-old go start their first day of preschool today, too. You don't have to apologize, Astronaut Art. Those are great things. Those are the things we love to hear about. All this other crazy ass shit is just crazy ass shit. And eventually, they should get tired of talking about, children being neglected and abused and platforming all the wrong people. Like, maybe they'll start doing something productive with their time, and, we won't have to talk about them anymore. My baby's 3 and starting tomorrow. Oh no, Astronaut Art. Hey Meg, happy Monday. It's a great day to have a great day, y'all. And I am glad that I always operated in truth and integrity. Like, that's the difference, between being live and making videos, right? When I'm live, just like a minute ago, I had to mute up because I got caught up in my emotions. There's no script for this shit. I come to kick it with y'all. There's no, maybe people send me stuff like maybe we should talk about this or that, but there's no we don't have little business meetings or teams meetings, right? I come and I kick it with y'all. This is live action. They make their videos, they edit, they filter themselves, they filter their spirits, they keep their skeletons in the closet. They never fucking are authentically themselves, right? But what we are going to do is get back to talking about the things we've been talking about in here. But I was in the pokey over the weekend. Violet wants to keep coming for me and accusing me of having some... Baby, I'm not thinking about you. I rebuke you and everything that is you, everything attached to a Hardy, your mama, everything that atones to you, every person in your comment who thinks that you're okay and that you've somehow become a better person after what you've done. There's no getting better behind that. I'm glad you're not doing those things anymore and you haven't taken anybody else's life. Like, you're doing great. Thanks for stopping that and not making it a one-time thing or something. I don't fucking know. Not my type of people. I don't want to sit with you. I don't want to be around people like you or people that think what you did was okay. I'm good. I'm good. Please keep me and my children out your fucking mouth. I don't want to keep having to talk about you and address you and your bullshit. I don't want to do this. This isn't a good time. We got Deshaun home. Things were lovely. We be over here laughing and cutting up and talking about all types of shit. We had cottage cheese and katufas and all type of other shit. Laughs and like our good time can still be our good fucking time. And it was. And we were getting back to it. But they always want to keep dragging us into shit that's got nothing the fuck to do with us. And they always want to keep trying to act like we're somebody we're not because they keep lying. And this is a prime example. Violet is a fucking liar. Her and Kirsty are buddies. Kirsty ain't got fucking nothing to say about this. Of course not. That's her girl. That's her girl. But I don't give a fuck. If that was my girl, we would, if Violet was my girl, I'd have her in the panel right now. I'd have so many questions, y'all. Because you're going to have to explain this to me. Because, baby, I don't think we're going to be able to stay friends, right? Like, I don't have no problem with my boundaries. The Katufa days of summer. I'm trying to say, man, somebody had said like Stephanie's day 8 or whatever, which I think is hilarious that her days of coming back align with Alicia May's and shit. Like, she put 5 and 6 together and 6 and 7, or stumbled over 8. Like, her and Alicia May are on the same schedule, which I find so fucking hilarious. That's just personal. Haha. But anyways, Stephanie's day 8 of her Bible, whatever. She was like, somebody said it was her day 8 of no shower. I was like, yeah, because it's only once a week over there. She told us that back in the fucking apartment. These people are so just, yeah. Oh my God, her granddad. Bro, she did this shit on Andrew's dad's shit last year. She overshadowed Andrew's dad's shit with her granddaddy to make it all about her with her narcissistic Darvo ass. Like, y'all are so... Is she rage baiting? No, she's a fucking full-blown fucking narcissist. The fuck? Full fucking blown. Nothing she's doing is rage baiting. She's dead ass serious. And she's making money off this app, so she knows what to tell them motherfuckers to get them to... Oh my God. And then people have made friends in her comments and shit, and then they talk back and forth to each other. But all of that engagement is what keeps her relevant. It keeps her in the algorithm. It keeps her being seen. There's people downloading this app or any app. There's a new user to the internet every fucking day. People who have never seen her before will just show up today and be like, oh my God, what's going on? Right? In the near future, Deshaun will be the child that was removed, you know? And back when they had just recently been in the hotel room, they were, you know, Andrew's child's mother was able to regain him after being alienated for however long, right? Whatever they spin, right? But then they ended up having 7 more children, right? Because I don't think she's done. I don't think by any means she's done. You know what, that gal Nikki, there's something very much wrong with her. Absolutely is. Mental health is real. You know, chemical imbalances are real, right? I'm sure she's had some trauma in her life, but her exaggeratedness of this trauma, like the granddad shit, like obviously she doesn't remember when it happened. She tried to overshadow Andrew's stuff with it. She, throws things out to get attention at certain times when engagement is low or whatever the fuck is happening. I don't know how Stephanie thinks, and I don't want to know. I want to continue to be successful and achieve and do great. Like, if I start thinking like her, I'm going to start walking backwards and shit. I don't have time. Whatever she's got going on, like my daddy and my people, we don't pick on the disabled. Like, I did my job here. I got the child who is not hers, that had no business suffering behind her. Her children shouldn't suffer either, but her children are her children. Deshaun was an innocent fucking bystander. Like, how the fuck? Why is he not with his mama? It was my first question ever on their videos before they ever went fucking viral. Hey, Natalie, happy Monday, gorgeous. Yup. So, all that other shit. Public service announcement. Be careful out here. These people are not who they proclaim to be, okay? Most people on this internet, if they're a content creator, they're here to make fucking money. Engagement, comments, whatever. That's what does it for them. While they can be friendly, they will never be your friends, right? If you're here to make friends, please be careful and, do your due diligence. Get on video chats and look this person in the face and make sure this person is who this person says they are, right? Like, I'm not saying we have to do full background checks on people, but just be careful. Please be careful. Because clearly we've seen. And the fact that Nicole Violet Hardy sat here for 2 years and on some high horse like she was some accredited mother, when we see now what she raised and what she participates in, and how she has no remorse for Andrew Emmett's life. Yeah, no. I have a sensitivity to death and a sensitivity to parents who have to bury their children before they should have to. His life was stolen from him. I mean, I still am a believer that it was his time to go, or he could have survived that, right? Like, the spirit outweighs any evil that this world holds. Like, it must have been his time to go, or the stars wouldn't have aligned for it to be, right? There's a part of me that still holds that atonement. It works with me for Monty. Instead of he was stolen from me. Like, my grandmother raised me that, God doesn't make mistakes, people do. And when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. And you can't outrun it and you can't hide from it, right? Like, when the Reaper comes, right? And then you don't leave this bitch until your job's done, right? Like, that part. So I don't know. And we all have a purpose, and I guess we don't know our purpose and all of that. I was raised under the religious connotation. I'm on my spiritual journey, but those things still stick very much with me. And spiritual journey and religion can go hand in hand, where religion will try to make spiritual journey seem like it's fucking, something bad. Spirituality will respect religion, and all religions at that. So there's that. Hey, Abs, welcome in. Happy Monday. You requested, but you must have just been liking the live. I appreciate it, y'all. We talk about sensitive topics, then I start getting reported for no fucking reason. Like, anytime I tell the truth, it's a problem, which also tells how fucked up this app is and what they condone. Like, I can't get on here and tell the truth about, what's going on alongside the Resilient Jenkins fuck lore, but Perez Hilton can get on here and do what he did. Well, because TikTok gets paid for all of it no matter what, right? Just saying. But I just got out the pokey like today, so I was trying to be careful a little bit. I didn't FOIA do shit. I put this bitch in a Google search. There was no deep dive. Her FOIA records just came to the snark groups and became available within this last week. I don't know what she thought. She probably should have FOIA'd her own shit when she got out of prison. or jail or gotten the drug program or whatever. She probably should have FOIA'd her own shit to know what was in those records so that if it ever happened, she would at least know what she was up against, right? But everything that's in those records is very much convicting that, you know, she was very much involved in all of it. And she raised and, you know, groomed her child, you know, in that lifestyle and allowed him to take the fall. And now she's saying that she thinks her husband, you know, all of this stuff that she's saying now, like she's just almost making it worse for herself. Like sometimes you should just shut the fuck up. Just like her husband was telling her in the goddamn interview room, shut the fuck up. Like Violet Nicole Hardy has a hard time with shutting the fuck up. Even her husband told her. Pitch. So there's that. I can't believe that she came back after all of that. And yeah, she wants to talk shit about Babbling Brook and continue to throw out insults and call her a Muppet. And now somehow everybody's obsessed with her. Nobody's obsessed with you. There's no obsession there, girlfriend. Clearly you're obsessed with Stephanie for whatever reason. What, because she's with Drew and you've got a fixation on Drew's? Like if I was Stephanie, I would be concerned right now. The last Drew that she was all, you know, smitten with, he's no longer here. Something happens to Andrew Jenkins on that level. Arlita, if you're in here, baby, that's your baby dad, bitch. Violet Nicole Hardy, I feel like she's a suspect. She talked about him all up in his ass, zoomed into everything they had going on in their life. His name was the same name as her previous victim. I'm just saying. Take notes, ladies. I don't fucking know. We're living in the goddamn Twilight Zone anyways. I don't know what happens next. She can't talk about anything the way she had her house. And then she's trying to blame it on the police like they tore her house up in the raid. I saw somewhere she made a comment like, oh, they dumped cereal. Where, bitch? It wasn't in any of the pictures and the evidence that they gave. There was no cereal dumped. And those are all the pictures of your house after the raid. Like you can see where they kicked your door off the fucking hinges. They didn't have to tear a bunch of shit up. You lived very flagrantly open wide. Like it didn't seem like it was too hard for them to find shit. Did they... Listen, Abs, there's no evidence of this mama dog that she speaks of that she says they pew-pewed. There's no evidence in 300 pages of police reports. There's no picture evidence in the interview room and the audio evidence. She never asks about or mentions them shooting a dog. Like it's never mentioned anywhere else but on this goddamn internet in defense of what the fuck she did. With the people that she spun this story to before the FOIA information came out, right? Because those are the people who came in her defense like, no, they totally tore up her house. No, they unalived her dog. No. Yeah, she said 12 unalived her dog, girl. She absolutely did. And then in the interrogation room, she tried to say that Andrew was the fucking feds. Didn't say none of that. She said everything else. See what I'm saying? Everything else. Like she said, they have me on camera. They saw. Wait, can you guys still hear me? Like right now, can you hear me while I'm talking to you? I've got something in my Facebook Messenger. Yes. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can read it. Okay, cool. So I read you that part. She was telling her son to take the fall because his dad will die in jail is wild behavior. Caleb wheeled him out. Chris was walking behind them. They were all basically in the room trying to get their story straight. Her husband kept telling her, oh my God, shut your fucking mouth. Drew was a Fed, Chris. They told me, holy fuck. Yeah, she was trying to convince her husband that Drew was a Fed. So that's what her husband would think that's why he got caught, right? They threw a bomb in the house, Chris. I don't even know if the dog's still alive. They didn't throw a bomb. It was just a fucking flash bomb. It's not a bomb. He was desperately trying to get her to shut the fuck up. I'm not trying to hide anything from you. I don't know what's going on either, but thanks for that. She whispered to him, they know who Forrest is. She said they saw her wheeling the body out of the hotel on camera, and that she said she saw the pictures of Caleb and of Drew. Now, why would she think they were talking about something that happened in Vegas before that if she saw the pictures of Drew and Caleb? Right? She was very much concerned about going to jail. Very much concerned about going to jail. Okay, that's all the stuff. I have it with somebody who's got a little bit more audio experience, and they're looking, and providing transcript of shit. Because her husband was, like, I believe intentionally mumbling. I feel like he's a much better criminal than her. And clearly told her to kept telling her to shut the fuck up, right? Like, anybody who's doing dirt in the streets knows, like, you have the right to remain silent, and that's probably what the fuck you should do, right? I saw her say she had a public defender. Is that true? Apparently, like, she had, she says now family friend, but her initial attorney was a very prestigious one, the one that got her out. And then she transferred over to the public defender, probably under the strength that she couldn't afford it, the attorney, right? And regardless, family friend or not, like, maybe on the strength of get her out of jail, but wasn't willing to represent her in that case or something, right? I'm guessing that was probably a pretty high profile case. Like, they wheeled this man out and dumped him in the street. Like, just the whole, right? What? It's a lot. There were comments from neighbors in Massachusetts, about her, and, they were so happy that they got out of their small neighborhood, and, she's very, thought she was queen pin and all this other shit. Her attitude and who she is, like, people have written about this for years. 2018, February of 2018. And I feel like she may have been released a year or something later, maybe, from the county jail, but it was under, like, ankle monitor and to be in the drug program. So, like, she had to go be in a facility in a drug program and work that program for however long until she could be living on her own. Like, nobody FOIA'd, not that I've seen any of the records of her, like, release and all that other stuff and whatever the agreement is. I don't even know if you can get that shit. But yeah, nobody knows exactly what she pled to. The docket says that they had a plea hearing, so she took a plea hearing. Like, if she wasn't involved, she wouldn't have needed to be at her husband. And, like, they all had the same trial date and they all took a plea, right? Because they were, like, they conspired together. They were all involved in the case. They all had the same plea date last September, right? Her son ended up getting the most amount of time because he got charged with the murder because they convinced him to take the fall. Whatever her husband got charged with, and then she got charged, but she blamed everything on addiction. Can you guys not hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Just making sure. Like, the little blue thing wasn't lighting up. I get nervous. Like, what's going on over here? What I would recommend is that, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, throwing rocks and hiding your hands. Like, all of these things that we have been taught as children, the cliche statements, are very relevant. They probably should just be like the 10 commandments of the internet. Right? I don't know how Violet thought coming on here and going for Stephanie's throat for 2 years was even appropriate, knowing who she was as a woman. Thinking that nobody was ever going to find out. I don't know if she's still on parole. If she ended up with parole. No clue. And then you know how this internet works, so I don't know if like people have reached out and tried to see if she's on parole. Like I have no fucking clue. I have not done any of that shit. MonTeesMama has never been responsible for any of that type of shit. I don't have the type of time that they have. I may be able to kick with y'all on a live and shit and multitask throughout my day and what I have to do. You guys have gone a little bit of everywhere with me in my life. It's like talking on the phone and shit, right? But I don't have the time to invest in all of that. And the time I had to invest, like, getting to the bottom of who made the page about my son and all of that shit, like, those days are over. I'm not Sherlock Holmes. That was psychologically, emotionally, mentally exhausting. But these bitches are not bullies. They've been bullying and, you know, playing puppet master with some weak-ass individuals on this app and getting away with it. And our leader's a real ass, you know, woman, and Desiree is too. So the fuck am I, Katarina. The people who've been around us, we're just real people. We don't play games. We saw, you know, this boy in this situation and wanted to get him out of it and get him home to his mama because the fuck? What do you mean he won't give him back? What? Absolutely not. Not on my watch. So all that shit they were doing is for the birds. They need to stop it. People need to grow the fuck up. A lot of people need to go get help, get counseling, like heal. Please go find something better to do with your fucking time. Go run or something. They want to talk about my fat ass needs to find a hobby. Are you fucking serious? Never played a game and they hated it no matter how reckless my mouth is. Man, Arlita. You know, they wanted to keep the fascination and the whole, you know, because, oh, it's a viral story, right? Like, while I'm looking at Desiree and Arlita as real people, everybody else has this fandom. Like, oh my God, that's Andrew Jenkins' baby mama and blah, blah. What the fuck? She's just a real person, y'all. I mean, my baby is like gorgeous and Mercedes, it's been so long. Happy Monday, beautiful. It's a great day to have a great day and so much better now that I've seen you. How have you been? Girl, we won. We won. When I say won, I mean won. There's been so many checkmate. Like, I wish they just stopped playing with me. We didn't do anything wrong. We weren't on here on no bullshit. We weren't like y'all. We're not evil, vile, fucking just hateful ass individuals. Absolutely haven't. Girl, so Violet Gordon, the redheaded lady who used to report on the Jenkins and shit, she like went bad and rogue like every fucking buddy else, but she kept talking about Monty and she kept talking about my daughter and she kept talking about stuff. So like I put her in a Google search and come to find out her and her husband and her son has something to do with a man being unalived. And yeah, all of her shit got exposed. Somebody done dropped the FOIA in them snark groups and it's been a hell of a week. I just got out the pokey because I was showing like the pictures from the raid at her house and it came across the guns and rugs and they said it was, what did they say it was? Some kind of content. Regulated goods or services. That's what they said. They're in need of a hobby and the fear of a God in them. Man, listen, they don't operate by God. That demonic ass shit, there ain't no God in them. Then there's not gonna be no fear of God in them neither. People who walk around with no shame, no remorse, no any of that, that ain't God. And I'm really, you know, everybody on this earth don't worship God, y'all. Everybody on this earth don't believe. Everybody on this earth is not of. Even the Bible says, like, you will recognize the people of God. And clearly, like, I think we know now, like, that's not a person of God. And I don't care if they go to the church house. That doesn't make them a person of fucking God. Okay? Jenna go to the church house every Sunday. That's the furthest person of God. What? If Violet go to somebody's church, oh my goodness. You know? No remorse, abs. Typed it out and read it, like had an opportunity to reread that shit, not just said it out her mouth like flagrantly in a video and like misspoke type shit and didn't realize how bad that would be. No, she typed that shit out in the Reddit. She had no remorse. Why would she? I think she then made a video afterwards and said it out her mouth too. But Demons go to church too. I mean, they pray in church, but with the EY instead of an AY. Everybody praying. You just got to discern who's praying which kind of way, right? And these are the same people that sat here and pinned Desiree as soon as the cursed cunt put out the, oh my God, Violet was on it. Oh, and Desiree, so I guess Andrew is the better, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bitch. She called Jenna Voldemort for a year and some change straight, and now they over there scissoring. Jenna is fighting for her life in the comments, I heard, like defending every fucking thing about Violet. Justice has been served. Baby, have you never lost any? Man, listen, Linda. Justice ain't never served. Not for Andrew. And justice absolutely isn't served if Violet continues to lie about her involvement and just blame it on addiction all willy-nilly like she's not responsible. That's some fucking Stephanie shit. Well, I was young and blah, blah, blah. Like always an excuse. No, bitch, you were the mother. You were the mother of that young man, and that's what you led him to. That's what you, God blessed you with that boy, and that's what you did with it. That's what you did with it. Whoa. I'm over here having to mourn the loss of my child who was doing so phenomenally great. Credit score beats yours, bitch. Type shit. Let me just put it in perspective, and I'm not bragging. Okay? But I just want to make it real abundantly clear because this bitch has been judging on me, okay? From what it appears, they unalived that man and took his life from him for roughly around $14,000 for some flowers, some plants, right? When my son lost his life on that concrete, he had more than $14,000 worth of golden diamonds around his motherfucking neck. $14,000 worth of golden diamonds that I have in a jewelry box that I don't wear every day or flaunt or do anything with it, that just sits in my fucking house. Wanted to say I'm on here a grifter and I'm probably using the GoFundMe money to buy cigarettes, and you unalived a man for $14,000 and think you're some type of big time rug dealer, baby? You don't even have $14,000 worth of assets to your fucking name. She keeps talking about this government job. She works for some fucking nonprofit homeless fucking situation in fucking San Francisco. It's government because it's a 501c3? I mean, I guess. I taught my son how to have a fucking phenomenal work ethic. And while I'm not knocking anybody's journey or anything else, I didn't spend years wrapped up in hardcore fucking drug addiction. I smoke herb. Absolutely fucking do. Flower does not go in a vase. It goes in my lungs. My lungs are a vase. Fuck. And in a world like this, surrounded by people like that, I smoke flowers and put them in my lungs for your sake and your health, not mine. Because I swear to God, if I had to fucking walk around here without flowers in my fucking lungs, I'd probably lose my shit. Did Violet remove her LinkedIn after I said it was still up? I didn't even check, baby. I didn't even look at her LinkedIn. Or maybe I did. I don't remember. I think that's where I found out that she works for some nonprofit or something, or that's what she has listed on LinkedIn. Who knows, yo? You don't know these people from a fucking can of paint. Just because she said that's where she works at some point, like Stephanie, like she doesn't remember her lies or what she said along the way, right? Getting a little more comfortable since she's been out of that orange and shit, right? I don't know. I didn't live that life. I've been out here making it do what it do since my fucking mom lost her shit and put me out the house when I was fucking young as fucking had no business being on my own. You know, I never had to unalive anybody, steal from it. I took care of it and handled it and hustled my way out of every fucking situation I could and provided a better way for my fucking kids. Blood, sweat, tears, whatever it took. But it was all mine. Nobody else's blood, nobody else's sweat or tears. Their fathers, my children's fathers, have definitely given their blood, sweat, and tears to them babies because, yeah, in that, I didn't mismanage my coochie as far as that goes. I might have mismanaged it in other ways, but locked and loaded as far as good fathers go. So there's that. This woman had the audacity of talking about me, keep TMJ, but just keep my name out your fucking mouth. And then she buys followers just like Stephanie. Like, she definitely lost a lot of followers when all of this came out, but she's trying to mask it because, bitch, no. You all of a sudden overnight 500 people followed you and you've got all them weird comments like in your fucking, you're having to delete the comments because they're those weird bot comments because you bought your followers. That's what happens. Just like Stephanie's got motherfucker in her comments right now about this book or whatever. Those are bought followers too. They're all saying the same fucking comment. Duh. I've got more people blocked. I thought about the other day, like, I should just open up my block list, but nope, I'm not going to do that. I have an idea, y'all. I think I'm going to make another page. I'm going to call it Kicking It with Chrissy, and for the most part, when we're kicking it normally, just doing us, we're going to be over here, right? Maybe build it up, but if I end up going into pokey too much over here, like, I'm going to go over there. And yeah, or maybe take the topics where nobody's blocked or whatever, and we could really get it the fuck in and have a whole hash out session, right? Right? This place is safe and this space is safe. My mods have kept this shit good. All them fake accounts and all that bullshit. There's no way to have a safe, wide open space on this internet, right? There's really not. This spot over here was made safe by some of the greatest people, y'all. Like, we hats off to, right? Astronaut Art, Pink Tea, Pink Files, fucking Shruti Booty, Gremlin, Katarina, Nails by Arlita. Like, my mods who have been in here with me from day one jump have made sure to keep everything safe. It's a strict program over here. Ain't no you coming in here with no followers and no following. People in my chat are constantly looking at who's in here and where they come from and do we know you? Like, yeah, we'd work together to make this a safe spot where we could keep people who supported Desiree around to help, and keep y'all in the loop and do something, but where it was safe. Can't nobody say they've got a safe space and unless they put that much time. Like, my block list, y'all, is fucking, I'm waiting for them to tell me I can't block nobody else. I don't even know how many people you get to block before you can't block anybody else, but I'm pretty sure I probably have more people blocked than I have that I'm following or that follow me. So many fake pages. I haven't even gone to scroll through it. So I love you more, Arlene. I love y'all down bad. We've been through some shit. And to know we've been through this shit at the hands of these type of people, like, it adds up. That aligns. People with zero moral compass inserted themselves in a situation for some fucking cash cow ass activities, right? While you're going to work and working hard every day, Desiree going to work, working hard every day. MonTeesMama got put in the position that I didn't have to go back to work after been working every day of my life since I was 14 fucking years old. Monty left his mama the ability to grieve and to do something with herself, and I've been shining ever since. Because, baby, for real, that's what you did for me. Let me get it the fuck together for your sister, right? Because when you know better, you do better. And instead of being a miserable twat waffle that got on here every day to be hateful to a Stephanie Thompson, like, I got 2 fucking degrees, launched a business, a nonprofit, very active in my community. Fuck with all my people. Like, you guys, you just don't know. Mr. Cheese be saying, like, your phone constantly ringing. You always are talking to somebody, helping somebody with their... Like, bro, that's what I do. We kick it. We're supposed to be uplifting each other and walking each other through this shit. And if any of my girls wake up and they need to vent and call me and get it off, get it the fuck off. Okay, now we're going to better adjust your crown, baby. Mwah! And make your day as amazing as you are type shit. And sometimes people just need to hear that. That's why they say always smile when you're out, because you never know who needed to see a smile today. Like, nobody else might have smiled at them ever in their life. I was never born to be a hateful, miserable. It's not in me. It's just not. And to realize that that's how hateful and miserable, like that. Damn, Violet, that's deep. And you're still running your fucking trap and still putting me in your fucking little descriptions or whatever. You're still mentioning my name of all people. Baby, this is not what you want. Promise you this is not what you fucking want. Tried to paint us that way. Listen, baby, the best part, the truth didn't need no fucking arts and crafts. It painted itself. And most of them told off on themselves. All we had to do was sit still. And they scrambled like the cockroaches and rats they are. They said, what do you call a group of rats? These bitches on TikTok. They definitely did out themselves. And seeing how they've maneuvered ever since, just so free willy-nilly, like even the shit with Tierra and his butter was rocking with Receipt Queen. Receipt Queen was linked with Donna Hobson. They fucking infiltrated their way the fuck in, right? Receipt Queen is still linked with Donna Hobson, right? Receipt Queen had everybody convinced she was a black woman. Y'all are fucking hilarious, gullible as fuck, so naive. Same way, oh my God, Stephanie's talking about her granddad. She's never mentioned it. Yeah, the fuck she has. She mentioned it last year on Andrew's daddy's date. That's what she did. She overshadowed her man and made it all about her like she always fucking does. Y'all don't remember? Your attention to detail is deplorable. All these big time reporters, the receipt clerk, you don't remember, bitch? You have all the receipts. No, you don't. You don't have shit. Probably sit around here and listen to what the fuck we talk about and then run tell that type shit. I'm over it. But yeah, I've been waiting. I've been waiting to get my access back today to be able to speak on the shit. Because we got cut off on Friday when I showed the pictures. I'm glad that they decided to, drop the pictures and everybody had the opportunity to go see everything that I had seen at that point. So I didn't have to try to share it here and jeopardize my lives with it. Right? That's great. That helps considerably. But I also knew Friday that when I did it, like anytime I come here to do this shit, I had a feeling they were going to do something, and it happened. It gave me the weekend off. No biggie. We're back in action, Captain. What'd you miss, Amber Jones? What did you miss? You missed, no, do you know the Resilient Jenkins? Like, you've been around? I don't know where you're at. What miss about what? Which part? Shit. You missed a lot, girlfriend. We sick and tired of being sick and tired around here. Why they doing Sacco and goddamn Dalton the way they're doing them? Why that man came on his internet and said his mom was dying of cancer and they done painted a whole fucking picture around this man, done pulled up all type of records that were none of their fucking business. Couldn't even let them people come and tell you what was going on in their lives. Instead, let's speculate and kill the FYP, right? Yeah, Resilient Jenkins, Violet, who reports on them, her and her son and her husband were involved in a horrific schmurder that she has been trying to just sweep under the rug like she ain't do nothing. She's the getaway driver. She provided the wheelchair for his deceased body. She did a lot. And let her son take the fall. What? Yeah, all of the evidence is in the Can't Get Right Snark group on Facebook. Yeah. Letters that she wrote her son. She's a deplorable mother and tries to sweep it under the rug as addiction. She was in her addiction. No, that's not okay. Really? So now that you're not using those rugs anymore, now everything's okay? But all the damage that you did, like, you don't have to deal with it, just didn't happen to you or something? It's not real? Like, I guess her son's getting abused in prison, right? And she's writing letters trying to save her adult son in prison, but, like, you're the reason he's there. Liza said, I can't see it because Can't Get Right won't add me to the group. Oh, no. Oh, she doesn't like you. You guys fell out before? You said something about that. Damn it. Damn it. It's a large file. I need an email to get it to you. Matter of fact, does True have your email? I can try to have her send it to you. Maybe she can send you just the audio or just whatever. She's got the audio too. That's because she knows you fuck with us. Well, I don't know. Arlita, she knows I'm in there. Can't Get Right knows I'm in there. She absolutely does. Because she thanked me for sending people to her group. She's like, thanks for shouting out the group. Bitch, it wasn't about shouting out your group. It was about getting people the information. I mean, I shouldn't call her a bitch, but yeah, I have a feeling like, yeah. She uploaded videos with KP's name and she didn't know it. Oh. Oh, well. I guess shit happens. But she also wanted to kick me out a long time ago. Oh, wow. She said it. She didn't want me in the group. That's unfortunate. I mean, she's lame too. Whoever the fuck she is, she's fucking lame bamer. Like, you just sit around the internet and post this evidence. Anything Resilient Jenkins related, I'm posting in my group so we can talk shit about it. And judge other women. And you guys have been sitting around here judging all the wrong fucking women. Just because I'm a little rough around the edges doesn't mean I don't fucking take care of my business, handle my household. Like, I'm probably one of the only women left in this world who cooks dinner every fucking night, right? Like, not everybody's even doing that anymore. Them bitches surely aren't. The fuck? I know that. Some of them, and he says before I hang out with y'all, some of them used to hate seeing my name in the comments. You say, because I'm sure not. And well, I'm trying to say, I used to call out things on their inconsistent behavior. They don't like that. And they've all been tiresome and worrisome. And, you know, Joy Zaccardi, she was the founder of that fucking group over there. She was one of the founding little members of that fucking group. And she's the most problematic of all them bitches. And now she's trying to get help and she's got some condition. And I love how every time they get caught, like, this is affecting my mental health. But when you were out here harassing every fucking body and going fucking bananas on everybody, you didn't care about their mental health. You give a fuck what you're doing to Stephanie's mental health. We already know her mental health isn't well. And every last one of these creators that are trying to, you know, shame her or whatever, you're attacking a disabled person. You're attacking a disabled person. That's what you're doing. You're attacking a disabled person. Gotta hop off. It's time for round 2 of Meet the Teacher. Have fun, astronaut art. Be safe. I hope it's great. I hope we like the teacher. This is going to be a wonderful school year. You guys are off to an awesome start. A lot of them were engaging with shit that wasn't good for their mental health. I mean, they created it. They created a space of hate and a little hell of their own with Discord chats and all this evil, vile, and other hateful people. Like, it got to the point where, like, they got to get everybody's address and dox them and do, like, what the fuck, bro? And we're accusing us of doing this shit. They were accusing us of being the ones to do this shit while we're sitting here. I'm sitting here with receipts. Like, if any of them, other than Morgan, because Morgan asked me if I could get Jenna's information, and that was after Jenna was posting Morgan's deceased fucking mother on this app. And yeah, I was sensitive to that shit. So I Google searched Jenna and, you know, gave Morgan what I found because the fuck? Other than Morgan's the only person who can say I sent her any information, but she asked me if I could find her address. And so I just Googled it. That's the only person who can show you a screenshot where I tried to find somebody's address, right? And I didn't do it through any type of paid anything. I simply Googled some shit. That's it. They're weird. All of them are parasocial as fuck. If any obsession, it's not, we're not obsessed with anything but a better life, right? I mean, I'm obsessed with my friends and what they got going on. But, I don't know. Yeah, Tiara said a lot of shit. Tiara ran with a lot of shit that they put in her fucking ear. And then didn't even take into consideration after she found out that her little bestie was on bullshit that maybe she'd been lied to. And she's going to stand on it. Because, you know, that's just who the fuck. Some people can't take accountability. We tried to tell Tiara what it was, you know, that she was going to get drugged in some shit and they were going to hate on her for fucking with us and rooting for Desiree and letting us root for her. Like, I told her that in the beginning. Like, we can hype you up, but it might cause a problem. And then when it caused a problem, then she, if she wanted the acceptance, of the internet, right? It caused a problem with all them bitches, and then they wanted to start calling her a crybaby. Like, then she realized they were talking shit about her. But I mean, mind you, it's the same people she's cool with now who are in her comments hyping her up. So it's that weird shit they do. But I tried to tell her. But I thought like reaching her goals would trump like fucking some followers. Like if her followers were going to get her into a fucking new spot, they would have already been done, did it. And she would need to go fund me, right? I don't know. But we ran it up for her and now she talks shit about us in the place that like we helped her get to. So that's interesting. That's what they call like kicking a gift horse in the mouth. It is what it is. They say that like her apartment's been like flooding through the ceiling. It's raining through the ceiling. Things just ain't been right with it since she moved in. I don't know. They say that's karma. It's funny, not gonna lie, how they kept resorting to character attacks nonetheless. I mean, they didn't have anything else to go on. What else could they do? I mean, what else could they say about us? I mean, and we stay on live all day. Like, you bitches make 5411 videos attacking every fucking body with lies and deceit and bullshit. We come on live to talk about it, to, fucking tell the truth or at least speak our fucking truth. And then that's a problem. It's always like they could attack us and then police how we respond to it. That's been the going from the jump. I've been bullied in high school. I don't get moved by it now. I mean, the fact that there's adults still trying to bully other adults. And those people, man, they never got a good old rock'em sock'em when they were kids. They ain't never took an ass whooping. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Because people who've been around the world and they don't do this type of shit. We're grown. Why are we around here gossiping, doing all this other shit? Like, little T pages, if that's what you're making your content, okay, cool. Please have integrity. Like, if you want to report on stuff and be journalistic, like, use journalistic qualities to deliver the message, right? The speculation is out of fucking control. People taking shit that's in other people's comments and using that like, oh, well, I saw somebody put in the comments. Do you know how many fake apps are on this fucking page? Or on this app? Like, fake pages are on this app, said it backwards. People running behind anonymity, going and saying stupid shit like that just to have somebody catch it and, bring attention and talk about it because, like, the story, Sacco, and they were going through some shit. They haven't posted in a while, right? So he made that post and people wanted to, there's people who report on them too, right? They dug into their OF account and they've tried to out them. Sacco and Dalton are a pretty big deal too. I think they definitely have more followers and following than Stephanie Thompson. I think they're in the millions. Name calling is low fruit behavior, though. Absolutely. When people start calling names, they've already lost argument. And I am absolutely sure that I intimidate Violet, right? I'm absolutely sure. Because here, she's responsible for taking somebody's kid off this earth or had her hands in it. And I'm over here, grieving my son in all the beautiful ways that I can. All the ways that she attacked me and talked shit about, right? Like, who even does that? Like, what type of moral compass do you have you see a grieving mother and she took her son's shoes that he used to walk into and like Mod Podge made him safe for like the outside and planted flowers in them and you attack that? Why? I mean, I don't have to ask. Like, you're the type of family that dumps deceased people out on the fucking road. So, hello. She attacked the family of the man who she was responsible for his death. She held her hand in that. She might not have been in the room and actually took his last breath from him, but she definitely aided in all of it. And I really think she should like try to get another fake page and join the Can't Get Right thing. It's 333. She should definitely do that. I was giving her the right advice too, because 333. She should definitely join Can't Get Right and listen to the audio. Like, girlfriend, you're on here trying to fight a case and trying to convince us of something, and you should go see the evidence that's been collected about you and what you're actually fighting against. Because black and white evidence and what we hear in that interview room and the way you were, girl, bye. At least go look at it and see what it is so that you can at least, know for yourself while you're around here making yourself look worse, seem worse, be worse. None of what you're doing right now is making it any better. And for the love of everything holy, honor Andrew Emmett and what the fuck you do. You want to sit here and say you loved him so much, he was your friend. This isn't what friends do, bitch. Honor your friend. Why don't you tell the truth? You done told your son so many times to tell the fucking truth. I see where he gets it. Apple don't fall too far from the fucking tree, clearly. Right? Caleb, just tell the truth. Fucking, maybe if his mama had told the truth and he had learned that behavior, he'd know what it looked like. Because clearly she ain't got the truth in her neither. And if you can't tell the truth, you maybe should have just not spoke about it. You shouldn't have came on here and just brushed it under the rug on a public platform where Andrew Emmett's people that love him the most could see that you have no remorse for the death of their, And trust, his family knows what you wrote in the Reddit because I shared it with them. Everything you're doing is being shared with his family, and I hope they use it to nail you to the fucking cross. I hope they're able to sue you for fucking wrongful death. And if continuing to speak his name and continuing to honor him and continue to be strong for them gives them any type of support to fucking get justice, I hope they get it. Because what you have done to their family and are continuing to do 8 years later, ma'am. Several seats in the simple bitch section. I'm going to need you to take them. I mean, obviously we can tell by your pictures, even though you use all the fucking filters and all the other shit you do, we can tell that you're going to need several fucking seats, right? That's why you're on Brooke's ass. You're jealous of her. She's been putting in the work for all these years and you just ran up on Brooke and, oh my God. Brooke struggled with her own struggles and got to where she was at. Brooke wasn't bothering you until you were blatantly racist and she called you on that shit. We know you're blatantly racist. We saw the racial slurs you were using in the letters to your son. Fuck. And she'll be like, how can I be racist if I have a black son? Oh, do you have the same fetish Stephanie has? Oh my goodness, mirror, mirror on the wall. Violet is Stephanie after all. We've been looking for the Stephanie 2.0. Girl, I can't say I'm on here. Well, I guess not. I shouldn't say, well, they're considered slurs, maybe not racial. But get in Can't Get Right's group and look at the letters to her son. The way she talks about people, I don't think she uses a racial slur, but she uses a, homophobic slur, maybe? Maybe that's what that'd be considered. I don't fucking know. It was raunchy. She used a slur. But in the descriptions, when she's telling her son about the different guards and shit, how she, the Mexican one and woo, woo, woo. Like, yeah, she's different. She's definitely different. And she's shown her racism, it's came out. It's definitely came out. She's got the white savior complex. That has definitely been exposed through this shit with this schmurder like no other. And the comments to everybody on the page, on the post from 8 years ago, it was people who loved him, like they were in their circle. And she's like, oh yeah, well that's why we paid this, that, and that for you. And you have the nerve to talk about them. Well, she didn't say for you because she was coming from a fake page. So she was talking to these people like she was someone in defense of Violet. And she's like, you can talk about them after they did this, that, and the third for you and blah, blah, blah. And didn't she give you a place to live? And didn't they give you a down payment for this? And didn't she give you a job? And all of this stuff. I guess she's been accustomed to buying her way in and providing opportunities for people to play a puppet master or whatever the fuck she had going on. I don't know. I don't fuck with them type of people. And she should have stopped talking about my fucking son and lying on him, trying to paint him like a fucking PDF that sleeps with underage girls when that was far from his fucking life or the truth. That wasn't necessary. And then going as far as to say my forgotten daughter. You forgot about your daughter. Shit. You didn't even ask for her until that you were in that room damn near 10 minutes before you even asked where the fuck she was. My forgotten daughter? What? But we won. We won. Deshaun is free. Their lies are coming out more and more. They're exposing their true character and who they were. Yeah, I might not talk all appropriate and whatever the fuck ever when I'm kicking it with y'all. This ain't a job interview. What? We're kicking it. 9 times out of 10, I'm over here puff giving it. What is going on? Nobody said I had to come here and articulate my words properly. And yeah, I thought y'all loved me for who I was. And anybody new coming in, if they don't like how I talk or they don't like what I have to say, like, scroll up. Keep going. Move around. The circus show that is this whole internet is fucking Wild Millions. And while that case about, what's her name? Clancy or something, the mother who is being tried for the murder of her children, and now they're looking at her husband that he possibly was the murderer or whatever the case may be. And while that's very relevant too, and I'm not trying to overshadow it, the fact that like Alicia Mae would rather report on that than say a fucking piss poor word about Violet. Like, Violet's still in her comments. They're still buddies, which doesn't surprise me either. I guess they both like to be married to criminals. But we're the bad people. The shit is funny to me at this point. Pink Files, you're back. Lottie Dottie, we likes to party. Shots fired. A little bit, Liza. I'll probably keep firing a little bit more shots. You know, I don't appreciate the way she did us, like, at all. And our leader always, you know, giving everybody a chance. Damn it. It's okay, y'all. At the end of the day, it was a great learning experience. The lighter flick was not a fucking cigarette. All she does is smoke cigarettes on live. Who could smoke that many fucking cigarettes on a live? Like, be for so fucking for real. It's noble to give people chances. Alicia just didn't sit right either. It's cool, but it's like she had already showed her hand and we just should have believed her at first. And I didn't realize she had showed her hand. But yeah, she had already shown her hand. And the same people out of that group who she was claiming that she didn't fuck with, like, I think Alicia fucked with them the whole time. Like, Joy Zaccardi and Alicia, they were buddied up. Alicia's here to make money. And the drama that pays for the money, like, Alicia was passing back information to that. Like, yeah. At one point, like, we knew there was a mole. We were very fucking tight-knit, and we knew somebody was leaking something. We knew it. We felt it. Yep. It's okay, though. I'm so glad that part's over. Every time I see her, she's crying online. Girl, Ray, you got to bring in the views. If it starts out with her snot nose, everybody's paying attention. Like, oh my God, what's wrong? You know, she plays off the empathy of people. They say she's the one who brought Bootstrap Becky to this bitch to do what she did. So apparently Alicia's got skills in it. Maybe it's just me, but someone who jumps on the opportunity to interview Steph's mom was already kind of iffy to me. I'm just saying, Liza, something about her mom wanted to tell her story. And then it came on here calling her Mama Reese and like put her right into a category. Every time she got live, she would say how she was related and explain how she was family with Des, but never met Des in like person ever. She's no better than me, and I live in Chicago, Illinois. She's never seen Desiree in person or met her in person. She's never met Deshaun. She's never talked to Deshaun on a video chat. She never nothing. And then nothing after me made me comfortable about her, that part. Yep, and she was a crybaby. Performing behavior is masking behavior. Dude, you know what Alicia's great thing was? And shit, I don't give a fuck. Every time, bro, shit would be going down. Like, maybe she kicked it off. Now that I'm thinking back on, I'm getting ready to tell y'all this story. Like, makes me feel like she was involved some type of way. Because, like, how did you know to be in the hallway right then? Like, that's what was going on. Like, unless somebody let her know what was going on. But shit would be going down and live. And all of a sudden, here come Alicia in the comments. What's going on? Bitch, you know what's going on. You was listening before you jumped in here. You heard your motherfucking name, right? If I didn't have the bitch blocked, she'd be in here now. What's going on? Shut the fuck up. And then the fact that they wrote her for her PDF husband, but in their documentary about us, she was like a credible source, right? Now she's credible. What the fuck? It was her and no named. Oops. Man, listen. It was all of them. Thou who shall not be relevant, thou who shall remain irrelevant type shit. That thou. I need to tell how wonderful you are. What? Thanks, Chaos Disarray. I appreciate it. Jenna was a credible source. Yeah, in the documentary, Jenna was a credible source. Like, yeah, the people that they have been dragging the whole time, all of a sudden they became a credible source. I was like, okay. Well, if you think so. Off topic, I done cursed my ex out all weekend because DPWM. DPWM. What does DPWN mean? Because damn. Did you mean to put damn? I don't know. DPWN. DP, it gives. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to stop. I'm not even going to try to figure out what DPWM means. I'll never get over it either. Jenna is beyond diabolical. He tells me I need to change my attitude. I told him deal with it or get lost. Don't play with me. Oh, Lord. Well, I mean, so if he doesn't like your attitude, then why would he want to be with you? And if a man really loves you, he should love you for who you are and not want to change you. I'm confused. I'm really confused. Today he was so pissed I just ignored him. What does he say is wrong with your attitude, Amwell? Because after what you've already shared with us, like, I feel like, yeah, I got questions. Because I feel like you're entitled to kind of have an attitude. Like, but are you like, do you throw shit at him? Are you beating him every day or something? What do you got going on over there? Now he's sending me videos of how people reconcile after divorce and how God wants us together. Oh, Lord, did God tell him that? What's a DPWM, boy? What is that? What does that mean? Double penetration? What is that? I don't know what DPWN is. Do I need to Google it? MonTeesMama, like, out the fucking, what is DPWM? I do not know that one. Oh, don't play with me. Oh my God. What happened to Virgil? See, I told you I didn't want to do it. I said, please tell me what the fuck it means, because I don't even want to do this, because I'm looking at DPW. I'm like, wait, DP what? What? I didn't want to do it. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know why. I ask myself regularly, why the fuck am I like this? I don't know, y'all. DPWM. SYB. I know, shut your bitch ass up. I know that one. Okay, don't play with me. Okay. Thank God, because if it was anything I was thinking, girl, I was telling you God ain't sending him. Run. The fuck? DP what? And what's the W? I didn't want. Yeah, buddy. That's why I had walked away from it. Like, please tell me what it is. I don't want to have to guess because my mind's not really thinking good things right now. It started with DP and I'm dirty minded. So the fuck was that? Deep peenie what? Are double penetrated how? Like, it was a lot going on. No, he knows not to play with me. I'm not the one. Oh, you're not the 1, 2, or the 3 am. Well, we are well aware. But here's the thing. Like, are you just playing nice to fucking co-parent and you really just don't want to deal with him at all? Are you enjoying him trying to eat out the palm of your hand right now and this feel good? Does he have a chance ever? Like, that's all relevant. Your daughter's just shaking her head. Your daughter's listening? Hey, daughter. Sometimes I just play nice. I mean, some days he got a shot. Oh, so you're uncertain. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Because that matters, right? So right now, you're just flying by the seat of your pants, riding off whatever emotion you riding with. She said, hey, boo, yeah, we love the family. Get it, congratulations. You're going to be a married woman. Going to the chapel and she's gonna get married. Anyways, we're not doing that right now. Love you long time, but I don't even have a good singing voice. They said they hate my voice. I smoke too fucking much and I'm such a fucking problem. So Amwell, there's nothing wrong with that. Lots of mixed emotions. You guys have been through a lot of shit. But I would probably focus on, spending some time with you and thinking about what you actually want to come of this, right? And I think the focus should be more on healing the hurt that's happened than putting a stamp on what the future holds, right? Like, there's still so much pain there. Otherwise, he wouldn't have a chance this day, and this day it's a different story. Like, you're still carrying the pain and the hurt, right? We've been together 18 years. It's hard to let go, y'all. Maybe you shouldn't let go. No, stop it. All that bullshit. No, I ain't going at a fucking green light. Not at a green light. If it's not for you and you done, letting go ain't but shit but to let go. So obviously you not done. You love this man, right? He's done some shit. And I think you want to make him pay for it some type of way. And until he's paid his debt, that's what I'm saying. Just do some inner work. Think that shit out. Figure out what the fuck it is that he would have to do or have to figure the fuck out in order for that to work for you. Lay it on the line for him. See if he's capable of meeting you at your playing field. And if not, then let it go. I'm sure he do got to pay for it. From what you shared with me and us that day, yeah, shit. You can't help who your heart loves. And, I believe that real love is loving somebody more than you hate their mistakes, right? Now, while I don't condone that behavior whatsoever, right? There's still, you can love somebody more than you hate their mistakes. And if that's not a pattern behavior, then, he fucked up. Nobody's perfect. I don't know. I'm that friend, though. Like, shit, I ain't gonna judge you. And I think a lot of people make decisions based on what they think society, like, oh my God, my mama will talk shit, like, this man done did this, and who you had to call in the moment of what he did. And then, to then work past that and whatever. And what he did was kind of huge. It was big on the spectrum. So, yeah. But it's your life. And if you're willing to fucking forgive him and you love him past, what he did to you, baby, it is your life. But if some way, like, he needs to, pay for it and you need to figure out what that looks like for you. Like, what would be suitable that would make it that, you could not necessarily, you're never going to forget, but forgive that. We had charges after that, just saying. I mean, it happens, I would gather. Right? And there's that part. You done put charges on a man and he's still sniffing around your booty hole. You know, if he didn't love you, he would have took flight and ran, right? I mean, you guys got kids, but he wouldn't be, you know, tempting fate. And then listen, MonTeesMama probably ain't the best person either for all of that, because when it comes to the kids and two-parent households, and you know, I feel like a lot of the systems are designed to divide our homes and to have our kids out here like that. And you know, I will make some sacrifices for my babies to make sure, right? Absolutely. So I do my best to keep a two-parent household. I didn't do that with Monty. I fucked that up. Probably could have, but I was young and dumb, and you know, you're not gonna treat me like that, you know, like fucking spoiled or something, right? Like not to the point where, you know, and I think a lot of times, even as women, I don't know, sometimes we expect like perfection out of people and we're not perfect, right? There's a point when you realize, like, you know, you mess with people. Who's for you is for you, and who's not for you, like, you can't make that puzzle piece fit. And if you got comfortable with somebody for 18 years, 11 years, right? You're putting years into this. It's obviously a comfortable fit, right? And then to have to end that, like, yeah, that's just like death, right? The relationship comes to an end, so you grieve and mourn and all of the things, but yeah, I feel like you still love him, and I feel like you're not ready to let him go per se. He's the father of your children. You've been married to him all your fucking life, damn near, at this point, right? Like, your visions and dreams and what you guys were building was, you know, for the rest of your life. You didn't marry him for, you know, we're gonna do a bid or something. It wasn't 25 to life. Like, it was till death do y'all part. So there's that part where, like, then the change and rotation of having built something with somebody for so long, and then, you know, to change and do something different with a, you know, either by yourself or now with somebody new who hasn't been a part of your whole history and your whole life. And you know, there's a lot of history and a lot of everything there. Plus you got kids. And the whole thing about having children with somebody, like, listen, whatever you dislike about him is still going to be what you dislike about him. As long as you got them babies, you're going to have to deal with him for the rest of your life. He's an amazing father, and he gets you, right? Nobody's going to care about your kids as much as their other parent unless they're like, Steph, shut up. Steph's obsession is a little fucking sick and gross. That's not caring about somebody's kid. That's like being obsessed. Stephanie is obsessed with Desiree's son. However, it seemed to, you know, I don't know, as far as her public obsession has definitely tapered down. You said, and well, I think y'all should go ahead and have that deep dive ass conversation and put it out on the table and tell him how you feel, and let him know that crying at the altar and all that other shit, like, he ain't got to make amends to God for what he did to you. He needs to make amends to you, right? I mean, he probably got to make amends to God too. I don't fucking know, but you're the person he hurt in this physical realm. And figure out what that looks like for you. And if he can make them amends, girl, go on ahead and get married again. You can have a whole nother wedding and all of it. Sign a prenup. That if he doesn't, you know, stick to his word and give you all of the promises that he's made in the midst of this separation and trial period, that when you get divorced, you get it all. Everything. Everything. Hold him by his kahunas. We will see. It takes time. No rush. Don't go any faster than the slowest part of you feels safe. You hear me? Don't make a move until you're 100%. You've talked to the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, every 13 of your personalities. I hope y'all like sat down with HR, right? Like, swear to goodness. We may have to prenup because I ain't signing no house away this time, baby. I want them all. I'm just saying. The couples that last together are often the most comfortable being playful and honest with each other. I mean, if you can't, you should be able to be best friends first. I think that's important. If you can't have a friendship with your partner, what are you doing? Right? And I think you need to be comfortable with people, right? The person you're going to be with definitely have to be comfortable. Because as we grow and change, like shit grows and change. You have different seasons, you know? You might want to go during this phase of your relationship. You might want date nights all the time. And then now maybe you're going to school and you ain't got time for date nights. So you want to see your love language in a different way, right? Like relationships are about bending and meeting people halfway and, you know, caring about somebody almost as much as you care about yourself. At least healthy ones. Mr. Liza is my best friend. We could divorce tomorrow and I still would trust him with everything. Absolutely, Liza. And that's how it should be. I have that relationship with Monty's dad full-fledged. Like, he is definitely my go-to as far as outside of if I need a man's opinion about something going on in my house, I will absolutely ask him. Like, am I the asshole, bro? Please tell me. A lot of times, too, ladies, just to put it out there, if I have shit going on in my crib, I've got male friends I'll bounce it off of. You should too, or a cousin, somebody. Don't just always call your girlfriends and ask them. Get a man's opinion sometimes. If you keep hitting the same brick wall with something or something, get a man's opinion. Because sometimes your girls, I mean, if I'm your girl, I'm going to tell you the truth, balls out. Like, I'll let you know when you might be wrong or, you know what I mean? I'll tell you what I think full-fledged. But a lot of times, you know, the people who love us the most, you know, they're going to side with us. And sometimes maybe we do need to fix our attitude or whatever, right? But sometimes when you've been fucking hurt and you've already been disappointed or you've already been victimized or whatever at the hands of love, it's very hard to forgive or move forward from that. I also feel like love should be a safe space and you should be in a safe space to be able to do it with all your heart. I know that's right, that gal Nikki. It sounds like he was good to him. I don't want to influence your decision. I probably need to fix mine, but fuck that. He better deal with me gently. I mean, and you're in charge of that, Amwell. And maybe this whole situation, I don't know what the dynamics looked before, if he was more in charge of things or whatever. But this may give you the opportunity to be more of the head of the house. Like, look, bro, like your word goes until the next death do you part shit. Because then there's that. Like, I have a problem. Like, if somebody deletes me off of FB, like, and they try to refriend me, like, I don't do ad backs. So, like, bro, you went through with a whole fucking divorce and now you want to try to do this again? Like, I don't know. That might offend me because it's an ad back, right? Like, if this is the way you was going to feel, you was supposed to fight me for, you should have never divorced me then, right? You was supposed to fight for our love then. Now you want to come back. And then have you bounced on any different deeds since it's been over? Because then that's fucking, now we got a whole nother fucking dynamic. Because now you want to come back and I done been out here exploring the world and shit. Seeing that there's better shit out here than you and shit. Oh my goodness. I've been selling myself short this whole time. The whole time. You been outside? Oh shit. And he still want to come back, girl? So okay, you got that platinum pokal. He want to fuck with you for that mooning out. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So, I see your dilemma. I will again say that all of us share the same problem, that our coochie meow meow is responsible for 99.9% of our bad decisions, which would include him and your outside, like all of it. She's gotten you into all of these problems, my girl. She's definitely responsible. He says it and it's true. We just divorced because things got too far and too much pride. Don't know what to do. You let your pride get in the way. Neither one of y'all wanted to fucking bow down and fucking, well, at that point, I think in your situation, like, wasn't no bow down for you. He must be arrogant. You know, he didn't want to bow down. He couldn't let you have the win. He didn't think that you was going to divorce him. Cause shit, he should have just bowed down. Very arrogant. Hey, Rose. Well, see, then that's his problem. He can be so damn arrogant all the time. He's an only child too. Oh, so he expects you to absolutely, like, he wants it his way right away, Burger King style. That's them only children. I had one of them. I know all about that. Very privileged. Entitled. The privileged and entitled usually run hand in hand. So you was running out around there doing what he wanted done. See, so this could work out in your favor. Like, you love him. So this first 18 years, you know, he had the reins and he was in the driver's seat and you was the passenger, right? And he was loving him. He was driving good till y'all hit an accident and shit. Y'all hit that bump and shit. And then you goddamn ended up with stitches and shit. Then that didn't turn out well, right? So now if you guys are going to rerun it one more time and run it back, like, he got to let you drive. Like, his license has been suspended, right? And maybe that's your redemption, right? If you spent 18 years letting him drive with his arrogant ass, if you get to be the driver now, shit, that might work. Max can keep his shit in his pants, evidence in his car and house. I mean, personally, ladies, and you're not gonna like the way I fucking feel about it, but shit, it's his. It's his. I think, like, women are crazy, like, it's his. I don't know. I would be more upset if my man's, like, wallet ended up somewhere else, not his fucking dick. I think they were made to be. I mean, what? Men are just men. Like, all that other stuff, but yeah, that's just me. What he does with his dick, like, as long as it's not dirty, like dirty dick, that's a whole different story. But I don't know. I grew up around a lot of men and I don't know. I mean, I got some guy friends who aren't cheaters or don't cheat anymore or they're not a hoe anymore or whatever. But I feel like all men have had their rodeo and women can't sit here and say they haven't had their hoe days too, right? Like, I think we've all had our hoe days and men and women mature at different rates and we all have our own stories and some people started earlier and some people started later and some people didn't get good stuff until, you know, everybody's all over the map as far as meeting their milestones. And I think that, you know, yeah, again, I love people more than you hate their mistakes. You was outside. I mean, girl, shit. It is what it is. What you still want to be outside? You don't want to come back inside? That's what you're saying? You want to be all the way outside? You just want to stay outside? Shake what your mama gave ya. I may have to tell y'all, but all the peoples follow me still. They love me. I mean, they should. Why wouldn't they love you? Why wouldn't they? Probably the best you ever had, right? We're going to say 9 more minutes and then we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap it up like a Trojan. I done held y'all down and all by myself for 3 hours. That's crazy. That's where he was up here for a hot second. But other than that, it's been me talking and y'all just been here tapping and, man, stop it. Stop playing. Welcome in, Cindy. Happy Monday. It's a great day to have a great day. It's hard, but try to stay sucker free in the land of lollipops out here. It's crazy work. Oh my God. You hear Chapo? Getting it in. I got wind that Violet made a video about me. She hashtag surviving Kristen Swanson. Should we watch it? Should we watch Violet's video? See what the schmurderer. What's going on with the schmurderer?
Hey guys.
Hold on, let me get it together. Let's see what she's talking about. So curious with her no filter Slim 25 filter on. Okay, Violet, what are we doing?
Yeah. It's such a blessing to be able to have a job to go back to be able to provide for my family. But something made me reflect, right, on how grateful I am. But then what if I didn't have my job, you know? So I recently went to the dentist, and I had some dental work done years and years and years ago. Like I'm talking like 25 years ago. And it needs to be replaced. So they gave me a quote, and it was an exorbitant quote, okay? But I have really great insurance. I have a really good savings and decent credit, so I'm grateful for that. Exorbitant, I'm talking you could buy a car, a used, actually probably a new car with some part, but that's coming out of my pocket with my insurance covering some of it too. And then I said to my dentist, well, what if I couldn't afford this amount of money that you're telling me, you know? And he's like, well, that's the sad thing. He's like, if you couldn't afford it, you would either keep an infection in your mouth that would eventually spread and cause other health problems in your body, right? Because everyone knows that if you have an infection in your mouth, it can go to your brain, it can cause sinus problems, it can cause all your body to behave in crazy ways. And then he said, and then worst comes to worst, you know, we would just pull all of your teeth and give you dentures. And I said, okay, so if you pull someone's teeth and they get dentures, like how does that work? And because I was just thinking, trying to be frugal, right? I said, how does that work? And he said, well, the problem with that is it changes the bone structure in your face. And he said, you know, there's a reason why teeth have roots and things like that. And so then I thought to myself that we live in the greatest country in the world where we can talk to each other instantaneously. We can run, you know, there's any information you want to know, you can just run a quick Google check or through your Meta glasses. But we don't provide free healthcare, free dental, free education. And it's crazy. And so today I'm leaving very grateful that I'm able to get what was recommended. Kind of nervous because it has to be done like an emergency basis, so I'll be getting it done tomorrow and then I'll be out of work for a couple of days. I'm very grateful, but it makes me really sad that we live in a country that doesn't give everyone equal access to healthcare education. And it's a sad situation. And then, you know, people want to go on the internet and try to tear people down and, you know, potentially triggering a mental health crisis, right? I'm very secure in who I am. I'm very secure in my past. I'm very secure in the choices I've made. I've made amends to who I need to make amends to. But what if I wasn't? What if I wasn't? And people were digging into stuff that happened 10 years ago. Digging into stuff that wasn't put on the internet by me. You know, I never talk about my kids with their names. I've never shown you anything about me personally. But some weirdo took it on herself to dig into a past. And like I said, I'm very grateful that I'm secure in who I am, right? I'm secure. What if I wasn't? What if I wasn't? And see, that's the difference in my opinion.
Now she wants to play the victim again.
People like Mrs. Thompson, Ash Trevino, Desiree, you know, people that put their life on the internet, you're free game because you're putting your life on the internet, right? You're asking people for things. We're given an immense opportunity. Mrs. Thompson had everybody backing her for the longest time. And I don't know what she did with the money. I don't know what.
So what did I do to be free game?
I don't know what she did with.
I'm confused.
You know, the Amazon wish list, things like that. Like she just blew through our support, and then things popped up. You know, and you know, she is kind of the pendulum is kind of swinging with her, and she's kind of finding her people with this religious grift that she's got going on. And you know, hopefully that will help her make better choices. Because one thing is when you isolate yourself, you don't obviously have a community. And so maybe with Mrs. Thompson building up a church community, this will be the change that she needs. Because I do believe people can change. It's when people don't change or don't take accountability or, you know, like the Ash Trevinos, things like that. You know, but the reason why people come on and comment on people that are putting their lives on the internet is because it's something that is happening in real time, right? It's something that you can change the outcome of, like we saw with.
You can't change the outcome of anybody else's lives by talking about her. She's so dumb. Community,
TikTok gathered around and did what they do, which is, you know, call CPS. And this is not weird parasocial behavior. This is because there was a child being abused in real time on the internet. That's the difference. Digging into people's pasts, that's 10 years past, calling people's works is wild.
But when it was happening to us, it was okay.
Social stuff could potentially trigger a Rizzy situation. What they did to
I said that.
Ran her off the internet. Like, you're not going to run me off the internet. Like I said before, if I have one person that follows me, or 0 people, or 1 million, I'm going to do the same thing because you're not going to bully me. I'm not going to be bullied. There's nothing you could say to me that I haven't already said to myself. There's nothing that you could say to me that I haven't had these children with the people that I care about and with my creator. Okay. And that's it. So I'm just really grateful that I'm strong. I'm I'm really grateful for the sense of community that I've built on this app, and people
that you
comment,
bought.
like, have a beautiful day, and, we support you and things like that. It means a lot because everybody has a past.
The only way telling her to have a beautiful day is Jenna.
And it's being a better version of yourself moving forward, which, that's me. So I hope Miss Thompson's building a community, and I hope that when we go to vote in November, that people keep in mind that education, healthcare, dental care, it's a human right. Like, there are other countries that are way worse off than us that offer free healthcare, free education, free maternal care. So you can stay home for the first 3 years that your child's born and not have to worry about anything. So remember that when you vote in November, and keep your fingers crossed for me because I go in for surgery tomorrow. All right. Hope everybody has a great day.
Okay, so that's surviving Kristen Swanson. # living is also a human right that Andrew was not afforded because of your family. Hot Mess Coupon Mama said, oh, that was by Phoebe. Phoebe said that. Hot Mess Coupon Mama said, I support you, sis. I think the other one was just butthurt because you called her a Muppet. Oh, she's talking about Babbling Brook. She's very obsessed with her looks and appearance, but who am I? I'm nobody. I'm just an old junkie who's been a long-term recovery. People do change. We may make mistakes. We own those mistakes, and we keep on pushing. We try to be a better version of ourselves every day. I respect that you owned your shit. You took accountability, and you made changes and did better. That's all we can do. Where did she own her shit or take? Wow. Yeah, well, there's always going to be those few, just like Stephanie's got those few that are going to support her regardless, right? I mean, what's the lady killed her kids and she's on this app? Casey Anthony, right? Anybody can get platformed. It's the fact that, Desiree came on this app to fight for her son back. So she's free game. I don't know what she thinks made me free game because I supported Desiree. Because she got pissed off at me, so she decided she could talk about my kid and she could do this, that, and the third. I don't give a fuck what she brings to this internet. You start talking about my children, then you're free game. That's it. And that's what made me look into her. That's what made me look into her by Googling her. Not a deep dive. I didn't FOIA her. I didn't do any of that shit. Yeah, she called Desiree and Stephanie free game. Ash Trevino's free game. That's what she called them. Absolutely. You heard it with your own ears. She's so wild. All right, y'all. It has been a day. I gave y'all 3 hours after being gone the weekend. I hope that you guys make your day as amazing as you are. I hope that this shit on this internet gets less crazy. I want to talk about this other case that's going on with this mother and her husband that probably did it or some shit they're talking about. I want to give attention to it. I know a lot of people are, Girl, I'm ready. Fuck logging out. Like, beam me up. I feel like the aliens, aren't coming because, we're, the meth heads of the fucking solar system. Like, humans are deplorable creatures. Abso-fucking-lutely. The most invasive species on this fucking planet. Just horrible. I love y'all down super, super, stupid bad. As always, thanks for coming. I will definitely be back. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't have to change who I was. I will continue to be consistent. I'll figure out a way. I'm gonna get another page for this, them telling on me shit and getting me put in the pokey. I'm gonna figure it all out. But you guys go make your day as amazing as you are. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And we will do it again tomorrow. I love you down real bad. It's never goodbye. It's always see you later. 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 It's never goodbye. It's always see you later.